Dresden Novak reporting in for whatever this all turns out to be. They say there's plenty of opportunities for ex-commissioned soldiers outside of the city. In the wider world, as they call it. Now, if the job doesn't cross the law, you can't count us in. Right, Rez? Rezik? He's always disappearing. Look, I've spent my life sussing out the differences in people, pulling off the masks that they hold up in the bright square of society and revealing the faces that they only show to mirrors in candle-dark rooms alone. With some luck, by the end of this, well, maybe I'll find out what's under my own. Stranger things have happened.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is MinusOneCharisma. All right, here, guys. Here's a recap, and then we're gonna play. We're gonna play some D&D.
Entry, Rezik Moongrove. The last few days have been like splatter art. You don't exactly know how it happened, but it ended up being something very special. Just to put it in perspective, we spent last night in a literal wolf's den. That's right, our new friend Pup allowed us to sleep there. It turns out she was raised by wolves. Of course, that will be its own entry all by itself at some point. I mean, I would risk sleeping with wolves if it meant keeping away from the monsters that captured my group. I had of course heard of the Ashen Riders before, but I had always been told that they captured criminals that lived in the outskirts of the city. So why did they capture our group? Dresden, Camden, and I were 3 bodyguards escorting a noble's son. What were we doing wrong exactly? Luckily, Dresden's military mind and the help of a very diverse group of prisoners got us out of a very bad situation. And now we find ourselves on the run, a group of ex-convicts, and yet not a single bad one in the bunch. Well, last night we showed them. We left the den to go scavenging for equipment and found ourselves surrounded by Ashen Riders and their leader, Kellic. But our group didn't back down. In fact, the work we did together last night was a masterpiece, a collaboration of artists who had only just met. We had Kellic shaking in his boots, and after we defeated his men, he ran off into the woods. Of course, he threatened Dresden with some foul words, but I couldn't have been prouder of the old boy. And we had some help from a very interesting pair that call themselves the Resistance. Both wonderfully unique in their own ways. A man with fox-like features and a beautiful elven woman whose attacks are as graceful as they are deadly. They have offered us a way to get Camden back, and the handful of other loved ones that belong to the people in our new group. We must go back to Capital City and speak with a mysterious figure that goes by the calling card, the Bourgeois. So the next morning we packed our things and set off determined to see this mission through and save some lives. And over the course of the day we've actually had, well, fun. I know it's strange to take so much joy when there is so much tragedy around us, but I've actually enjoyed getting to know these people. And to top it off, I think our young noble associate Fitz might actually be learning something about tolerance. Dresden told him today to keep anything rude to himself, and he actually listened. Maybe hell truly is freezing over, but we'll see. Finally, today we did a good thing. We helped a family that is going through a very hard time. We met them on the road and offered them a campfire, some food, and a bit of friendly conversation. They too lost someone to the pits, the father of the family. And after talking to each party member about their origins and how the Ashen Riders ripped away people they cared about, I'm starting to think the pit needs to be destroyed. We'll see what Dresden has to say about all this, but that's it for now. Wait. It appears there are people approaching us on horseback. Are they Ashen Riders? Maybe fellow travelers? Who are they? And what do they want?
Yeah!
Well,
Perfect. That was perfect.
If you ever wanted to know what was going on behind the stream, now you know. It's a series of Kate screaming into her microphone with autotune.
Screaming. You want to hear screaming?
No, I really don't.
think so.
You win. Whatever we're doing right now, you win. Apparently drinking. What's up, everybody? So, as you know, right before we ended, you saw a procession of horse riders in the distance, heading north up that black sand beach. and it's about it's very early morning, and the early traces of sun have peeked out over the beach that you're at. I believe Rezik, you were the one.
No, it was Kelwise.
Oh, Kelwise was.
It's me.
All right, Kelwise. So, off in the distance, you just see those riders.
Hold on 1 second. That was a really nice recap. Can we take a second to say thank you to the wonderful person that recorded it? That was really nice. I had to listen to it through all of you screaming, but other than that...
Well, you're a better person than us. What do you want, Cullen?
Well, I actually just couldn't remember what happened last week, so...
Well,
I was like, wait, what happened?
Mom with her kids.
That's what it's for.
Yeah.
All right, and go.
No, we've been off.
How's that? Is that better? Am I less garbled?
No,
You sound pretty blown out.
Yeah.
It's like really, really intense.
Garble, 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 garble.
Yeah.
That's such a great word.
While we're fixing this audio, if you'll notice in the bottom left, we have some new graphics that Miss Kate did for us. They look
Beautiful.
they look much
awesome.
better than the stuff that someone else that was definitely not me did.
Am I no longer crust? The
Crust?
it looked really
Alright.
like
It was. I didn't see that until you said it, and then I was like, "You
Crust,
ruined it for
the
yourself."
criny creefling is what it looked like.
Well, no.
It
Well,
did be looking like that.
we're gonna find out. We'll find out when your card comes around. All right, Kelwise, you see these horses way off in the distance. You can't really make out much more than just the shapes of those figures heading up towards you.
Just shapes. I'm not aware that they're Ashen Riders for sure, or am I?
Yeah, you have
pretty
no
certain
idea.
about
Yeah, you can't really tell.
it? Okay, it's pretty early in the morning. I want to go wake everyone up and kind of whisper. We see some Ashen Riders, maybe some Ashen Riders in the distance. We should probably be aware and start getting a move on this morning.
Smashing riders if they come across Ash.
You
And as you
sound
guys-
different.
Sorry about that. It's my morning voice. Just waking up.
You.
And as you remember, those three women were with you, that were camped with you, huddled together, and as well as Fitz, of course. You have Dalladale and Zune, the elf, and then the fox uncast with you.
I thought it was Dalladar.
Dalladale?
I also have it written down as Dalladar.
Yeah, I thought it was just a
Dalladar?
blatant
Yeah,
Stormlight ripoff.
Did I? Oh my god.
I rewatched the last
Dalladar
episode.
and Zuna.
You said
Zuna.
Dalladar when you first said his name, and they said Dalladale later. So
But their daughter Freewin.
Freewin. Yeah, well, Freewin's correct. Guys,
Zuna and Dalladar.
this is too hard for me to be expected to remember like two names. All right. Yeah.
Dalladar, Dalladale. So we should definitely wake Dalladar, Dalladale, and Zune as well.
Dalladar.
Maybe not the
Dalladale.
the three sleeping women.
I have
Maybe
written Dalladale, so we're gonna go with Dalladale because that's what it's supposed to be. Okay.
So that Brandon Sanderson doesn't sue us.
Yeah. Is Dalladar? Oh,
I mean, it's almost Dalinar. Let's be
Dalladar.
serious.
That's why I get it mixed up. All right, guys. It's a great set of books. Way of Kings. Anyways, so that's what you see. So you wake everybody up, and Dalladale and Zuna kind of get kind of in a defensive position, and Dalladale is kind of like, well, if they're Ashen Riders, we should probably figure out what we're gonna do. We kind of stick out like a sore thumb right now.
yeah.
How
maybe,
many did you say it looks like there are?
It's hard to make out. It's more than 3 though.
Well, there's probably some
But I do
rocks
say
around.
if there's Ashen Riders, we ought not look suspicious, eh?
Well, bro, we look like Ashen Riders too, so.
Yeah, we took this into consideration. So, pretend like we're prisoners. Let's go.
Yeah, and we still have
I'm
the
ready.
papers I found, the tallies, the official paperwork. One of you guys hold on to that, of course, with the uniforms. Maybe we'll try.
Who here is the best at talking to people? I'm pretty good. I'll take it.
Should we?
And does
do that
anyone
next time?
actually think that this pup will even fool anyone with that kind of attitude?
Hey, prisoner, if you could just, hand it.
Prisoner?
Prisoner.
I think not. I shall not
And
be.
then I
imprisoned.
bonk him on the head. I bop him. Like a snooze button.
I say Dalanop.
Oh my gosh.
Da-da-da.
Sorry.
All these D names. Dresden. Jeez.
It matches his character. He would forget his name. You know, he's a knob.
You're too nice, Bobby. You don't have to do that. Professionalism. That is the word of the day. Professionalism. Dresden.
Yes.
You and Rezik, I will have words with you when we get back to Capital City. Would you
Well,
please stop hitting me atop my head?
Well, if you shut your
Bop,
trap,
hit him under
she
his
will.
chin. Bop.
You can't ask for that.
Well, I am not going to be a prisoner.
Bop.
As everyone's talking, can I tell as I get closer if they are Ashen Riders or not?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Okay. That was pretty good. Let's see here. 14.
14. You can't make out if they're Ashen Riders or not, but you do see anywhere from 4 to 5 horses and a big carriage, which could be, one of those cages that you guys were in. It's kind of a bigger coach kind of thing that looks like what you guys were encaged in. So it's hard to tell, but in another couple minutes, I mean, they'll probably spot you within the next minute or so. So
What are our surroundings like?
you have that beach, the beachfront. You're on a beachfront. To your west is just the ocean. You guys were pretty close to the ocean when you started that fire, and then about a half a mile to your east is those hills, the black, the ebon hills that start the big jutting rock formation.
Are there any sand dunes or anything like that? Is this a sand beach?
It's a sandy beach. It's like a black sand beach. There's not really any sand dunes. There's a few trees here and there, some palm trees, but not really any. It's a pretty flat land, and once it hits those rocks, it kind of juts up pretty swiftly.
How convenient for you.
Yeah.
Sounds like we're gonna have to fake it pretty well.
Yo, I got the paperwork. It'll be great.
All right, well, let's all
You was in
form
the
up.
uniforms. Just look authoritative. Everyone
Put the
else
prisoners
was
together.
scared.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go.
Say
I'm
it.
trying to put my muscles out.
I think it'd be best if I was watching from somewhere a little less conspicuous. And Daladale kind of walks into the ocean and jumps in, and as he's jumping, he turns into that dolphin,
I
Kinda
forgot
like-
about that.
poosh, into the water,
Oh yeah.
and then you kind of lose him in the surf.
Does he make the noise? Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. I mean, he does now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just give me a signal. Like I got you. I'll make your dolphin noises.
And Zuna kind of assumes more of a prisoner kind of position, as she won't be able to hide her elf lineage. Okay, as you guys are watching these come up, you notice like the riders tend to be much more heavily armored. They're wearing some pretty thick plate armor as you see them riding up, and these horses aren't those swift mounts that you noticed that the Ashen Riders are on. These are a big like war horse type They're maybe 1,000 pounds heavier. They're just these huge war horses, and instead of, it's not necessarily a cart, it's more of a stage coach. It's a super ornate looking stage coach, and as it starts coming closer and closer, you notice they're all wearing kind of this tabards that are navy blue, and they look very military. And they don't seem to really pay you much mind as they start coming closer and closer, and they're not really on a trajectory to run straight into you guys. So they're just kind of, looks like they're just going to go down up the coast and ignore you guys. As the coach goes by,
do I recognize anything?
Yeah. So you kind of, when they get pretty close, you notice the symbol of it's a phoenix on a phoenix in front of the symbol, like a golden symbol of the goddess of Mayan. That triangle intersected by the hexagon. And this is the Edenbow house. The Edenbow is one of the 4 major houses in Capital City. So that there's the 4 princes basically, and Phoenix Edenbow is one of those 4.
It's a little on the nose, isn't it?
Phoenix Edenbow. That's down years and years and years.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
It's
actually pretty badass.
You know that the nobles have quite the they're pretty vain.
Yeah, I hate them.
Yeah, exactly.
So this like that.
Real life Cullen is coming into the game. I hate them.
As this stagecoach goes by, you see there's 8 armored knights, like super heavily armored knights with longbows, spears, fine-looking weapons, and they're kind of all guarding this coach as it's going down the coast. And as it starts to pass you, you notice the coach just comes to a roaring stop, just kind of like right up the coast from where you are. And as that happens, you see a door open, and this younger, maybe early 20s, tall man in like a navy blue military-esque uniform steps out. And Trust, you would notice that this is you've seen this guy before. He's kind of like about 6'2", has a light skin, and he's a pretty thick build. He's got like medium hair tied behind him and a very tightly trimmed mustache, and his eyes, and you remember him because his eyes are almost you okay?
I think maybe the debate just ended. My neighbor just screamed, so I don't know.
Great.
And he's got these eyes that are so blue they're almost gray. They're almost like a light gray. And Daye, you remember this as the man who offered you patronage from the tavern. It's like this very handsome-looking man, but you never caught his name.
Later, losers. No.
He kind of steps out, and you notice he's got like this rapier, this gold-encrusted rapier by his side. He gets out and he starts walking in your direction. And as you guys get closer, you notice like he's like very, very handsome. Like one of those people who's like just
distractingly handsome.
Yeah, distractingly
ridiculously good looking.
Like you can't even talk to them because you're like,
really
wow,
ridiculously good looking.
really. Now all I can see is the door opens and Derek Zoolander steps out.
Yeah. Basically.
Blue steel.
Yeah. And
left.
he turns straight to you, Rezik, and he says, "So, what do we have here?"
I'm sorry. What do you mean?
I assume you're taking these prisoners to the pit.
Oh, yes. Yes, we are.
You say that with
That's what
some
you-
Suck it up, Rizzy.
uncertainty.
My friend here is new to the job. Hello, my name is Steven. Nice to meet you, sir. What's your name?
He shakes your hand and says, I'm Razma Edenbow.
Sorry, how do you spell that?
Razma, R-A-Z-M-A. I just need to have I should just give Nathan all the names from now on and he'll type them in chat.
Come on, Bob.
Rosma Yzma?
Edenbow.
Oh, duh.
E-N-B-O-U-G-H.
I'll just poison him with this.
Trust, you didn't use alter self or anything like that, right? I know that was
I
part of your plan.
thought about it, but I didn't.
You see him kind of turn and like look. He kind of looks you all over and then stops at you, Trust, and he's like, kind of gives you a look, and then turns back and says, "On what charges are these white ones charged with?"
That is a classified information, sir.
Well,
Mr. Edenbow.
well, I'm part of the Edenbow house, and we are major contributors to the pit, so I think my jurisdiction far outweighs yours.
I would need to see some paperwork, sir. As you see here, I have their paperwork.
As that happens, you see those 6 riders start to dismount with those heavy spears and swords and such.
Can I, because he's looked away from me now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I cast disguise self so that like he maybe thinks like, oh, I must have just been racist and thought it was the same tiefling?
The same. I mean, you're
Tiny
pretty sure.
tiefling?
At this point, like, he clocked you, and
Yeah.
it would be nearly impossible
Okay.
for you to, if you just puffed into something else, it would be pretty obvious.
But like, just like, so, a wee few differences. Like, I'm a sister.
And
I
he
don't know music. I'm not a bard.
and he's like, well, if there's no charges here, I do believe you have to let these folk go.
That is correct.
All right.
But we
Well,
do have the charges.
All right. Well, let me see the charges.
Let me see your jurisdiction.
And as you say that, like the knights behind him start marching up to the like,
Is the wind blowing at all?
just ever so slightly off the coast.
Give me a mile per hour. Are we talking like a little? Is there a breeze?
There's a light breeze. You're on the beach, so yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay. There's always. I reach up and I go. I'll handle this, and I grab them and fumble them, and they just get lost in the wind. Hopefully.
All the paperwork.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
forged paperwork, right?
The what?
Where did the
tally?
It was from Caliph.
That was the tallies that Calic had on them. You found it in the wreckage of the cart that exploded.
Oh, it's legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cornelia found it.
It was until you threw it off into the wind.
I did not understand that. Thankfully, it's a slight breeze, and I go catch them.
I don't let him take it from me.
All right. So he tears half of it off, trying to grab it from you. Yeah.
As you can see here, Mr. Edenbow, I am dealing with a couple of new kids. You know, just take it, sir. There you go.
He kind of looks at it and he's like, "What are these?"
These are the charges, sir. These are the 1, 2, 3, 4 counts.
This looks like just a set of tally marks. This looks
Sir,
more like an account.
you had jurisdiction.
Um,
Do you not know how to read these?
well, I'm afraid if you don't have any charges, credible charges, I'm going to have to insist that you leave these here in my care.
And what would you do with them if we were to leave them in your care?
Well, I don't think that's any concern of yours.
James, can I do a perception check to see if this guy actually wants these people to go to the pit, or if he's trying to help save them or something?
I
can't tell what he's doing.
Can I also...
roll a insight check.
Okay.
May I also do this as the person talking to him?
Yeah, I suppose.
Thanks.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
I
I'm
only got a
going
9.
to allow this.
Oh.
I'm very good at the insight, so
No,
14.
Yes.
14. What did you get?
I only got a 9.
A 9. From what you guys can tell, like, this guy means business. As far as what he plans to do with them afterward, it's hard to tell, but I mean, from what you think, like, if he's trying to free them from the Ashen Riders, and he's heading up north, so he's heading away from the pit, so it's not on his way. I mean, if he's trying to get them away from the Ashen Riders and clear the charges, I mean, he must be somewhat of a stand-up person. Whether what he's going to do with them afterward, and that's kind of up in the air.
And what would you intend to do with these captors, captorees, if you were to take them?
Well, that's really up to me and them for what they want to do. If they're not criminals, then their life is in their hands.
And I guess my next question would be, what is your relation with the Ashen Riders?
You do ask a lot of questions, don't you?
I do not have very much knowledge.
I see that. To not know the Edenbow household seems like you maybe have been hit.
It is called Edenbow. Oh, I have been saying Edenbow, sir. That is, do forgive.
Your voice seems to change drastically.
It is the wind.
Well, I'm gonna have to insist that you let these captives go.
If I may.
And I just turn into my fox. Okay, so I can go?
He kind of eyes all of you. It did seem a little fishy that
No, fish are over there. That's the sea. No, this is the sand. There's a crabby.
Well, Mistrust. It is good to see you again.
Good to see you as well, sir. Sorry about the delay to getting to you.
Well, I wanted to talk to you about that. It seems some pressing matters have come up, and I will no longer be able to make it to Seacrest. I was hoping to send word, but what a lucky set of circumstances I caught you here.
Some might call it luck, sir.
I've noticed your clothing is a little shabby. Are you okay? Did you not have enough with how much I gave you to make it to Seacrest?
Well, you see, so what happened was, I was on my way there, but the Ashen Riders, they took me, and they tried to send me to the pit, but I escaped, and then I ran into these folks, and they've been helping me, but I've lost all my things. They took them from me.
I see. He kind of like looks you over. So you're not Ashen Riders?
No.
We're just trying to survive, sir.
Well, that's good.
Was it convincing?
Convincing might not be the word I would use, but you tried your best, and that's what counts.
It was convincing.
That's very generous of you. Thank you.
Well, who do we have here? And he kind of looks at the three women. Were they captured with you?
No. They we've made friends of them. We met them along the road, and we just had some food together, and just decided it would be safer for them to stay with us for the night. So
he kind of looks at them, and they're clearly like, pretty gaunt, and he whispers something to one of his guards, and the guard runs back to the cart and pulls out this big sack, this kind of like woven sack, and he brings it over to him, and he kind of opens it and hands it to the women, and you guys see inside it's just full of like dried fruits and such. And he's like, well, I hope this can help. You seem to be pretty worse for wear, all of you. I wish there was something I could do more to help.
Well,
Well,
After you.
you did say you help with the funding with the pit, and I get why it's really important. But I think maybe they've just started taking people for no good reason, and I don't know why. Maybe there's pressure at the top for more people to work. I don't know if there's anything you could do there, but all of us was taken with no real charges.
It's a story I've heard 100 times. I don't like what's going on with the pits. Unfortunately, my household has to pay taxes to the city to upkeep them. But I will have you know, behind closed doors, we do not appreciate the goings-on of the Ashen Riders and the pit themselves.
Well, sir, supposing you also don't like what's going on, but you can't do anything, but supposing there was a group of ruffians no one would look twice at who maybe could do something, and maybe supposing you could fund them in a way where you wasn't deemed, what's the word? You couldn't be implicated.
Well, I might be interested in investing into an endeavor such as that. He kind of looks at you and kind of smiles. He reaches back into a little pouch on his belt and just kind of tosses you a pouch that jingles pretty loudly. Oh, that reminds me. I was gonna save this for Seacrest, but
Ryan?
I guess now's as good a time as any. He goes back to his guards and he whispers to him again, and they go to his stagecoach and they open up this big undercarriage, and he pulls out this like wooden box, and it's a pretty big wooden box, and the guard kind of brings it over and he says, well, I was hoping to use this for the family, but well, anyways, Mistrust, I had this commission for you. And he lays down the box and he opens it up, and it's just, and the case is like this beautiful stringed instrument inside, with like the wood is treated, the strings shine, there's like a nice oil on it and such. And being a musician your whole life, like you would never have dreamed of even getting to play one of these, much less owning something like that. And he says, well, it's a small token. I feel a little responsible for what happened to you, and I apologize. I hope that, you don't hold it against me. And if later date we can maybe meet up and continue this possible contract for patronage, the Edenbound.
Absolutely, sir. You might do us one last favor. Is there anyone else you trust who we might be able to trust along the way that you could tell us about?
Anyone I trust?
Besides me, of course.
And you guys notice he laughs like a little too much. Give me Dresden, give me an insight check.
Also, to you, what instrument is it? You didn't say what it was.
It's a lute.
Okay.
That's a lucky 7.
A lucky 7. All right, yeah, Dresden, you're kind of like stonewalling this guy. You're like, right? You're like, what is this guy's fucking deal? And
that is actually exactly what I'm currently doing. So it's like, you're up to something.
Yeah.
We're way too good looking.
You can't. He doesn't give you any of those tells. There's all those tells that someone will give when they're being dishonest or something.
No.
So none of those tells. Just seems to be on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, sure. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he opens his case up, and this case is like this beautiful airtight case. It's this watertight case. So it you notice it'll probably last through, it's been treated to last through rain and all that stuff. Like, so this case on top of this very nice lute is very, very, very well made and crafted. He looks down and he says, "You know, I'm not sure these three are gonna make it. If you want, I could take them up north to where I'm going. I could probably find a place for them to stay and maybe some work. Do you know if they have any skills I could hire them on as?"
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, to the three women.
Excuse me, missus. You got any skills?
And that older woman, in her early 50s, kind of, "Well, I was a seamstress." And you see Rez, kind of, Raz. Sorry, not Rez. Sorry, Rez. I have a problem with names today. See, Kate, you didn't even have to do it. I'm already. Razma kind of like thinks about it for a second and says, "I could probably find some work for you. My family's cottage up north. I could drop them off along the way." And they seem, they seem very, very grateful. And he kind of offers them. And you see that they start heading towards his carriage. And that little kid, the maybe 4 or 5-year-old little kid, you see her just shoving, like, her mouth is just full of this dried fruit. She's just, and it's so hard to chew because it's like, it's really tough, but she's so determined with the
So dry.
she has, with the few teeth she has in her head, just to get it off. And you don't think you've ever seen her just so happy. It's just this pure bliss. And he kind of looks at you guys and says, "You know what, my business should only take me a few weeks. If you guys are ever in town or around the Edenbow estate, you should give me a call and maybe we can talk more about this arrangement or the current situation of the pit."
We're looking for people fast.
We would like that very much.
He kind of like looks at all of you. "Well, I cannot delay anymore.
Wait.
Yep.
We really need to go to the city because we're looking for our friends and we don't want our friends to die. We're also looking for like our brothers and sisters and babies and stuff. And we really need a good way to get into the city. And if we're not good at doing this one, can I pretend to be you?" Oh God.
Pretend to be me.
And to him. "Yes, can I pretend to be you?"
You see, he's like,
I sound just like him, just uncanny, you guys. Just wow. Kate's not good at this, but
Yeah.
Pup. Wow.
and immediately you see all the guards kind of like reach for their weapons, and Razma's kind of like holds his hand out, like, "Well, that's interesting. Unfortunately, it would look a bit odd considering I just left town for you to roll
You
up.
could have forgotten your coat.
Well, you would need a carriage and armed guards, and
We could have been robbed by a man named Rob.
well, you certainly can try. I won't hold it against you. I just don't think it's going to work.
It's really okay. You've
Mr.
given us
Reed.
more than enough. You don't need to give us your identity as well.
Yeah, it's okay. Well,
But that's
maybe
a
just like a letter that we're here on business for you or something.
Yeah.
Do you have
Some way to maybe make it into the city.
the
That'd be
proper
helpful.
credentials that I did not have?
well,
Oh, you good at writing? I
Fortunately,
don't know how.
I don't have my royal seal on me, so anything I write would just be hearsay.
That seems cumbersome to take around a giant animal as such. That's just fair.
Forgive her, she's very literal.
Well, I wish I could help you more.
How would you be out of the water? You take it with you? You have a carriage with.
Pup, not the time.
What
not
in
the
it?
time. I'll
Oh, look, a
explain it later,
dolphin.
Pup. I'll explain it later, Pup.
Mr. Rita, one last question before you go. A cart maybe passed through here a day ago or so, with some Ashen Riders with it. Did you happen to see them as they were on their way past?
Unfortunately, I haven't seen a cart like that, but it's not uncommon for them. I wish.
Well, thank you for your help.
I apologize if you knew anyone on there. Well,
Only our families.
I'm doing all I can. In a person of my position, as I am not in the direct line of the Edenbow household, being a bastard son, as I am.
Oh, sir, don't say such cruel things about yourself.
Oh,
Harry Potter must not go back to Hogwarts.
Oh my god, I am so sorry. Master Potter has given you a sock.
We're on a beach. Does that mean that you...
Oh no.
if
Harry Potter.
Razma kind of turns, looks at each of you, and he kind of says, "Well, I wish there was more I could do to help you. Unfortunately, I'm heading north. Till next time, Miss Trust. It was."
Sir, wait, does
was
that mean a no on the having proper papers?
I'm afraid it is a no on the proper papers.
You can't write them.
I could write a paper, but it wouldn't hold any weight without the royal.
No, write a fake one.
Even a fake one would be no good without a seal.
Well,
Very
I don't want to
confused.
keep you any longer.
Don't start having getting the seal, sir.
With us. And I just like walk over to the ocean to try to look for a seal.
Okay.
We have a dolphin.
Give me a perception. As that's going on, Razma, he kind of walks over to you, Trust, and bows down and takes your hand and kisses it.
Sir.
And kind of gives you like a 1 second
Nice.
stare, and then starts heading back with his troops to his stagecoach with the three women inside.
It was a 19 on the seal search.
A 19?
19 on the seal search.
All right. You see there is a seal out there and a dolphin, but they're way out.
Sir, there's a seal. We can get the papers. There's a seal.
Pop, 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 pop. Look at me. Look at me. Don't look
I
at
am
me.
not pup. I am Side and Bow.
Rasma.
No. Mm-mm. No. Look at me.
And I start like walking out to try to.
No. Pop. It
I make
means
seal
two
sounds.
different things. It means two different things. Someone stop her. I'm too tiny.
I'll try and grab her.
Useful.
Yeah,
Be
yeah.
useful, you flesh bags.
And I just duck my chin because I'm a flesh bag, and I go try to grab her.
I get grabbed. Sure. I'm not gonna fight it. Oh. Okay.
Before they go, can I approach the carts before they leave? And just I want to just ask the mother of that group what the father that they lost's name was.
The father, his name is Charles.
We're going to be visiting the pit very soon, and hopefully we'll see Charles. And I'll reach out to Razma if we do. Good luck on your venture.
She kind of, without even like, she doesn't really look at you. Her eyes are down towards the sand, but she kind of nods and says, "I hope you do find him."
We'll try our best.
And with that, they all kind of settle back up and start heading back up north the coast.
Wait, we're looking for someone they know? Wait, I got lost.
Well,
Charles?
their,
Who's
Yeah.
what?
their
It's
family.
their dad.
Yeah, the dad was
Anna's husband.
on a trading route, I guess, and he's probably in the pit most likely. So
Oh, those. Oh my God. Okay, I thought that there were three like royal ladies in the cart.
Oh.
And somehow we knew they were missing a Charles. I was like, Jesus. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm caught up. I'm here.
No. Sorry, the three
Yeah, common
gaunt-looking
mistake.
women who were basically just withering away in
Yes.
the mountainside.
I mean, weren't
As
a
they
couple of them
come
kids though?
What?
Like, weren't a couple of them kids? Is my audio still
one-
going?
5-year-old.
No.
Yeah.
One was like far 5. One was around early 20s, late teens, and then one was like early 50s.
Okay.
Asshole, Charles.
So you didn't really know if it was like 3 generations or if it was
Right.
like two sisters that were. It's
Yeah,
kind
I was just trying to jog my memory. It's 3 women. I was like, wait a second.
I'll jog it for
were
you.
Mhm.
I thought that was a baby.
Thank you.
As they're going away, can we call the Dalladale and be like, "Hey, you can come out now again"?
Yeah, and Dalladale kind of comes, and then one big jump out, and then back into his box room.
You have to make the noise. If Flipper taught me anything, dolphins can't move without making the noise.
Oh. Fact. Dolphins can't make noises when they're moving. Wait.
What? No.
Dolphins
Strike
only
backwards.
make noises.
They can't move without making noise.
Bears.
Battlestar Galactica.
All right.
Identity
By
theft is
now-
a serious crime.
By then, the sun has kind of come up, and the whole kind of landscape is bright with that kind of twilight.
Did we get like a full rest though?
Yes. You guys all got a full rest.
Fantastico.
The only thing players ever care about. Yeah, some stuff happened, but did we get a full rest?
Listen,
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
3/4 rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
I look to
music. Subito.
I look over to Tristan and I'm just like, you are definitely proficient in street smarts. Good job. That was very well done.
Yeah, thank you. I grew up on the streets, so. And I just like walk away.
And as she walks away just to the breeze, I go like, who are you?
And so I say to the group, "Who wants to see what's in the pouch?"
Yeah.
My tail is just like blowing in the wind.
Well, I believe that's trust pouch, right?
Yeah.
Was that for all of
What?
us?
No, this is funding all of us to find our loved ones from the pit. So, here we are.
Well, actually
How
look
much
inside
is
of
in
it.
it, big man
You're
in the
right.
sky?
Make sure it isn't just like a picture of someone going like that, like on the inside.
It's a whole lot of
Imagine.
Knowing you, yes, I could imagine, Jay.
Actually?
Bad idea.
Wow. All right. Yeah, you kind of open up that chest, and all of you see with that morning sun kind of shooting in the bag, her face kind of lights up with this golden glow. And you notice there's
a cat in the bag.
There's 120 gold pieces, which you know is a lot of money. Oh, there you go. Exactly like that.
You mean 180?
You mean 10 gold
There's 120 gold pieces. Yeah.
Look at the big bag of gold on Marvin.
He just gave you 120 gold pieces?
You sure did. I mean, so to clear things up, I worked in a tavern as a bard, and then this man, he wanted to be my patron, and so I was traveling to Seacrest to play music for him when the Ashen Riders found me. So I guess this is my payment, and he feels bad. I got captured because of him, but sounds like he wants to help us take down the pit. Yeah?
It sounds like the resistance is now funded.
It feels funded. It feels lacking a plan, though.
But 120 gold pieces. That's an awful lot. That's more money than I've ever seen in my life.
I feel like maybe. Well, there's nowhere to really hide off the beach, right now.
No, we established that.
Good. Let's tug on Cornelia.
2 of them. 120 divided by 8.
Yeah.
15 gold pieces each, just to make sure none of us all accidentally loses it at once if we get captured or something.
That's smart.
Fair.
I'm tugging on Cornelia's like shirt. What is this? What does this do other than be pretty? Is it just pretty?
It's something you give your friends.
She couldn't even get through it.
Every time you're a little happy to see them, you just hand them a little shiny piece.
So I did it right. I did it right, like with the family. Okay.
Cornelia.
So, can I give it to any friend, or do I have to only give it to mothers?
Oh, any friends. Mostly the friends you're with right now.
Pup,
Okay.
it could be used more than just to give away. You can also save that for yourself for, things that are important to you.
Oh, but you guys are important to me.
Oh, that's very nice, but
Did you ever have to trade things to get other things with your
No, I
family?
just find them.
So, in like cities, you have to trade something to get something. And these pieces, you give this to a shopkeeper for food or something, and then they give you the food in exchange for this.
Okay.
yeah, it's going to be a bit of a culture shock, but we'll help you along the way. And Trust is very streetwise, as I said before, so she'll be able to help.
If you want one of us to hold on to it for you and help you with it, we can.
Shop. So they keep the shops,
Yes.
but we can take them with the shinies. We can take shops.
No.
Just we give it to the. Okay. And I just like look down and I'm really freaking confused. Like I've only heard these words by like people passing through the forest, but I have no idea what any of it actually means or is.
I'll try to demonstrate it
cross
for
the
you
street.
along the way on the. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Walk and talk.
Dresden, or Isaac, what was your impression of this fellow here? This Rasma Edenball? Does he not seem suspicious that he would give her 120 gold pieces? Just on a whim, on her word alone.
I was mystified.
I've seen the wealthy do things like that before. But overall, he seemed to be on the up and up, but I couldn't get an actual read on him.
Yeah, I couldn't either. It's a bit strange.
It was a little difficult to tell because, maybe he just is trying to make up for all the bad he feels inside for being a rich noble and is trying to make up for it outwardly, but actually when he's at home, he talks about us like we're, like the way Fitz talks about us.
Well, that probably happens either way, but, Jaymes, is, like, to someone like that, like, is 120 gold, like, anything? Like, if you've got a carriage like that with a phoenix on the side, like, your name in, like, just, oh, yeah! Like, is that even a thing?
And 8 knights?
Yeah, it's still like, I mean,
like, how much money would that be, roughly?
I mean, to someone who is one of the sons of the princes, it's probably nothing. But still, it would be like walking outside of Wall Street and having like a CEO just hand you $2,000 and be like, "Here you go." It's still like, it doesn't.
Yeah. No. I'm not saying the guy, doesn't deserve our praise, but also,
well, it's good to be cautious, of course. I mean,
and Kelwise, what was your read on him? What do you think about this fellow?
It's hard to say. Did seem a little suspicious that we would just get all this money for nothing.
Well, if it makes
Maybe
you feel
he's
better,
genuine.
I did already know him. He was already campaigning for the.
How well do you know him?
Excellent. No,
How
I
much
mean,
did he give you the first time?
he hired me. He hired me, but
hired you?
he hired me. Yes, I was supposed to be his bard for his estate.
But he didn't
Then I
arrange
got
transportation.
I did. I got captured.
I'm not saying you didn't, but he didn't arrange any sort of transportation.
Please hold.
He gave you about 5 gold pieces for like just provisions and stuff to get up there.
Okay.
It wasn't really like enough, but
Right.
It was just really like enough to, get some food, get some clothes, and then head up the coast.
Would that,
He didn't expect a problem because he's royal and they don't have any.
That's fair. That's fair. How well do you know him?
I mean, not well. I hadn't started my patronage yet. I just met him there and
He just seen you play a few times?
Yeah.
Zuna kind of pops in and she says, well, he seemed to know you pretty well. He seemed very... You sure you've only met him the one time?
I have, but, no, I don't know. He's either really good, like he seems, or he's very, very tricky.
Well, he could be an incredibly powerful ally, is all I say.
He could. I say we take the gold and just, I mean, what is the gold's not going to curse us?
Speaking of that, Rez, is there any way to determine if there's some sort of spell cast on maybe this instrument or maybe the gold, some way of tracking us, something that you would be attuned to that we might not necessarily see?
Actually, so I, under my breath, I say, Quilla, and I put my hand out, and as I do, my eyes turn a bright kind of gold, and my hand kind of like reaches out, almost like as if it's scanning for something, and I'm gonna cast Detect Magic, Jaymes.
Okay.
Wanna go? You get all blowy and shit around me?
Yeah. As far as you know, it's just a really well-made. It's just a really well-made instrument. None of the gold lights up. Nothing.
The box.
Yeah. Nothing. The box doesn't light up. Nothing is magical, at least.
Even after all these years, I'm still impressed because it looks badass.
I'm like doing it for a while and I don't see anything, but then I turn over to Dresden and I'm like, Dresden, behind you!
You son of a bitch! Yeah, well, I take it as face value and I turn like
I'm sorry.
And I turn around and I just I poke him just a little with the tip of my sword.
That's fair.
That's a good one.
Tiniest bit.
I deserve that.
Well, Galadale and I, he could be a very powerful ally, but we need to make sure that he is what he says he is. Well, we're considering. Galadale and I were considering doing some reconnaissance, since that is what I used to do in Moragana, and maybe we can meet up with you back in Capital City. If you would like to meet the bourgeois, we can go see who this Rosma Edenbow truly is.
Well, if you trust the bourgeois, maybe he'll know that this guy's good or not. Yeah.
Well, I don't know who the bourgeois is, but
well,
I would say
sounds like a terrible plan then.
I will say it was your contact who put you in that connected you with the bourgeois, so it might be difficult for us to ourselves.
He only told me who the bourgeois is. They told me he was an information trader, and he could get us information on the pit that you would not otherwise be or have access to.
Pop, is everything okay? You seem like you're upset about something. What's wrong?
My ears are just... No one asked me what I thought on the guy.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. What did you think about the guy?
Listen, I spent a lot of time in trees watching people, and I got to see what they were doing behind each other's backs and stuff, so I know a thing or two about people. I may not know a lot about cities, but I do know a lot about people.
Well, so what did you think?
And?
Yeah.
Hey, can I incite him?
Yeah.
On insight?
You just look down the beach at the carriage and you're just like...
Well, I mean, because like I would have been able to in the moment like read it.
Give me an insight with disadvantage. Only because you were looking for seals the whole time.
You did find one though.
I did. 18.
18. All right.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
With disadvantage?
Yes. What? Oh!
This
I know a lot about people.
as far as you could tell, he seemed to have like a very in the beginning he had this very aggressive aura when he first stepped off of the cage that you noticed. It was like a very overpowering, like this guy has quite a presence. And when he found out that you weren't Ashen Riders, you saw all that kind of aggressive, kind of intangible aura kind of fade, and he seemed very, very, very pleasant.
Okay. I think he doesn't like the Ashen Riders, but I think that he maybe likes us. Or by us, I mean trust.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will say,
He smooched ya.
he did say he was a bastard, and so he's probably not treated as well as the other nobles, and probably dislikes his world a little more than a non-bastard might, you know? So, might have more sympathy for us.
Well, I say we, allow him to be believed for now. I mean, he did help us out in a pretty big way right now, so there's no reason to not trust him. So for now, let's, believe he's a good guy. And if we see otherwise, then we'll talk more about it.
Well,
Yeah, we might as well use
that
this
is
gold
what
while
we're
we're
trying
at
to
it.
discuss, is the fact that maybe this would be a good opportunity for us to find out for sure if he's on our side, and if he is, he could be an incredibly powerful ally.
How?
Unfortunately, well, as you know, Daladale can morph into all kinds of different creatures who are less assuming than you and I. And
Are you going to follow him?
well, yes.
It seems to be important to you, and if that's the case, then I'd say go for it, and meet us back in the city when you're done. I mean, the Resistance was your title, and now we are carrying the funds for the Resistance. So hopefully you can join with us later.
Daladale, how will we know where to find you in the city, or outside of the city?
Well, we're pretty good at finding people. I mean, that's what we did for almost 30 years.
So you'll find us.
We'll find you. There's a small inn, a little tavern in King City. It's a little tavern called Trouble Clef. Maybe we can just meet up there.
That might be a problem for me.
A problem for you?
Well, see, that's the tavern I used to work at, and they think I'm in Seacrest, and if they see me there, they will probably force me to stay there, and then I'll never know what happened to Pick, and I can't help you.
Force you to stay there.
But wait a minute, let me think. We might be able. I might be able to get us to sneak in. Yous all can go in undetected, and I know the bodyguards could sneak me in, but I've got to be careful.
How is it that they could force you to stay?
Well, I mean, they're not nice, and I worked there my whole life, so they really think like they own me almost. So I just
Do they?
don't want to deal with that.
Well, that's fine.
Wait, own you? Like, what do you mean? Like, they feel like you're part of the family, or they feel like they actually own you like property?
Well, I mean, so I was on the streets, right? I was a little kid. Me and Pick was surviving off scraps and trash and pickpocketing and the like. And then I just picked up music real quick, like, and the bard at this tavern became my friend, and he started teaching me music. So they took me on and housed me from a young age. But they was not so nice about it. That's all.
Is the tavern made out of wood?
Yeah? Why? I mean, I think
No reason.
Man in the Sky, is it made out of wood?
Oh well, you know there are other taverns in the city. We can find somewhere else to stay if you're worried about it.
Well, maybe a less conspicuous place. There's a tavern I know called Kerchief's, but it's in Raven's Nest, which is a pretty bad part of town, but maybe it'd be better for us to meet up there.
I mean, no, it's fine. It's fine. They'll think it's weird that I'm not in Seacrest yet, but I'll tell them I got a letter that said they needed some more time to. They didn't need me yet, and that I'm leaving in the morning.
Well, as you remember,
You forgot your coat and you had to go back.
Rasma had paid them for your time away, so they got compensated for you leaving.
Okay.
So you would know too. I mean, like, yes, they're jerks there. So like, there's definitely concern about going back for sure. But you know, at least you have that. Well,
You know what?
How about this?
I'll disguise myself. I can do that. Everything's fine.
how about this? We'll meet back in about one cycle of the moon's time. When the moon is full again, we'll see you back there at the Trouble Clef, and we'll report, and you tell us what you've known about the bourgeois, and we'll try and figure this out.
Wait, but you haven't told us who the bourgeois is. How are we supposed to find out about him?
All we know about the bourgeois is he's a secretive person who makes establishment in Raven's Nest. So maybe heading to Kerchief's is better anyways.
All
To
right.
ask around.
You lot is confusing. I'm just going to say it.
I happen to agree a little bit. No, that's perfectly fine. We will find our way and we'll figure everything out on the way there. Don't worry. We'll see you when you get there.
Yes, good luck getting into the city.
Good luck
Thank you.
following them.
And with that, you see he jumps back and turns into an otter. Not a seal, an otter. And kind of like wiggles his way into the water as you see Zuna kind of just takes off running down the coast. And she's like incredibly fast. You just see her just kinda, yeah, she just starts jetting down. They both start just following the cart.
That's awesome.
Hobbits are going to
And you hear in the background,
Oh my god.
the resistance.
Resistance.
The resistance. Sorry, James.
Now funded.
Jesus.
So I want to ask the group. They asked us to if we should trust what's his name, Rasma. We just met them. Should we trust them?
They're confusing me more than the other guy. They say,
They did say
we know this bourgeois, but then they make us go find him when they're the ones who has the contact with him. It makes no
Yes.
sense.
It's a little confusing.
Well,
Are they setting us up?
I don't know.
either way, I think the way we proceed is to trust neither fully.
Trust no bitch.
Yeah, you're not a bitch.
the only people I know I can trust
No.
are right here with me.
Thank-
Minus Fitz.
Excuse
Yeah.
me? Minus Fitz, I think you're more suspect than any of us. I mean,
Fitz, are you
they're
just
only
looking up now?
3 feet tall. Who would trust
I'm a
someone
fucking
only
one in
3
the
feet
noggin.
tall? If you could reach my noggin.
Um,
I'm in
I
good
punch him
company.
in the
He kind of holds his
balls.
hand up to you, Dres, and
Punch
No.
him in the crotch.
you're no fun whatsoever. You're all a bunch of worrywarts.
Fitz, have you ever met any of the family of the Edenborough or Edenbow?
The Edenbows. I would be so lucky as to have met anyone of that caliber.
You would consider
my
yourself
family-
lucky.
Of course, one of the prince households.
Oh.
The 4 princes are like royalty. My family is wealthy, but our wealth pales in comparison to their vast empire.
Right.
Okay.
So, shut the hell up then.
That's all we needed. Carry on.
You're a very rude little thing. I do not appreciate being spoken to like that.
I can tell because it's like you're frozen in time. You're shocked.
Look on your face.
You must be really shocked.
Fitz, if you look up to
are you okay?
I don't know what's going on with my camera,
Just whack him upside the
but it
head.
hates me.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Oh, hey, what's up? I'm back. Yeah, he Fitz kind of like turns his nose up to you and starts walking down the coast, saying, "Sticks and stones, sticks and stones."
I walk next to him and I say, if you look up to Rasma Edenbow, then maybe you should act like Rasma Edenbow and respect others.
He doesn't need people to respect him. He has a mass fortune behind him. People will respect him whether he runs them through with a dagger or burns a hole in their face. They're the Edenbows. They can do whatever to whomever they please.
One day I'll find a way to get through to you, Fitz.
Hey,
I think
Fitz,
it's lost
You'll
cause,
run me
mate.
through. He kind of turns to you, Kelwise, like, "What do you want now?"
Hey, Fitz. So this is one of the four princes. Who are the other ones? Enlighten us.
You don't know the four princes.
It's not coming to mind.
Well, there are the Edenbows of the Edenbow Corporation. As you know, the symbol is the phoenix. The Alistar Corporation, headed by... Give me 1 second. I gotta pull this up. You son of a bitch. Folders within folders.
Yes, we did it.
Yeah, right.
Mission accomplished.
There's Romilda Alistar, which is from the Alistar Corporation, and there's Phoenix Edenbow, obviously. There's Shu Redblane, and this is all him just explaining to you. Shu Redblane for the Redblane House, and then Forfiz Ryu, who represents the Fenzora estate. And those are the four princes.
Man, spellings on these
Yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
super.
I've chosen just not to. We'll find out. We're gonna play a
Sorry.
game. Whoever spells it
Ryu,
correct.
What?
Forfiz Ryu represents the Forenza estate.
Yeah, for
Fenzora.
sure. Red Blend, I literally wrote shoe, like...
Fenzora, sorry.
Also, wait, the what estate?
Fenzora. This is riveting stuff. Everyone left. We're starting to... Yeah. Everyone disappeared.
Of the night.
There you go.
See ya.
Oh, and by the way, it is a loot, but it's a small loot to fit your small stature.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah. I was wondering if someone could fit inside that case, but no one would be able to fit inside the loot case.
Not
No.
intact.
Not intact. Good to know.
Yes.
That's some good thinking.
And Fitz is kind of like off-put.
When
Do
is
you
he-
live under a rock, Kelwise? How could you not know all princes of Capital City?
Well, if you never go to Capital City, you don't need to know the four princes of Capital City.
point.
Yes, I suppose they wouldn't let you in under normal circumstances anyways. Well, it means exactly what it says. And he just kind of walks off, laughing to himself.
Keep running your mouth, Fitz.
It's my ukulele.
That's actually what a 15th century lute looks like. That's it, right there. Exactly.
Spot on.
That is exactly what the instruments he gave you. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Time for a campfire and a little song.
So shall we start our trek? I know.
Are we still walking as we were doing this? I thought we were walking and talking.
We've been walking and talking.
Yeah. So you guys spend the rest of the day. A few like merchant caravans, none of any note, kind of pass. Most empty carts with a few horses pass you.
Oh, good.
Okay. Just kind of heading up north. You do see a patrol of Ashen Riders ride by, but they're riding at great speeds up north. It's anywhere from like 10 to 12 of them just go barreling up the coast, and they don't pay you any mind. Other than that, though, on your walk, it's pretty it's pretty calm and lax. You spend the rest of the day kind of walking. The sun is starting to set off in the sky, and just ever so lightly in the distance, you can see the lights of Capital City kind of flickering into the sky. Maybe a half day's walk into the distance. And as you guys kind of reach a point, Fitz kind of just falls over onto his back. Ugh, my poor feet, I cannot walk another step.
Well, if you had broken in those boots by actually walking before this point in time ever, maybe you wouldn't hurt so much.
Break in these boots? Ruin them? Why would I ruin these perfectly nice boots?
It's a very good question, Fitz.
Doing something like walking. You make no sense, Dresden. You are clearly a curmudgeon.
Come here, Spitz.
What?
Get on my back. 'Cause I'm the giant hulking man again. So handsome. Wow.
Spitz is just kind of sprawled out onto the sand, and it's been about, it was a hefty, day's march.
I like throw him over my shoulder until we're done.
Okay. So you kind of like, his arm is over your shoulder, and you're dragging him through the sand by one of his
No, I want to like pick him up. I want to like potato sack him.
Oh, potato sack him. All right. And you like, give me a strength check, because he's like dead weight right now.
12.
12. All right. So you managed to get him up on your shoulder, but like, definitely not like.
Not great.
He's like pseudo on your shoulder, and he's just kind of like hunched limply over you. I say, this is the worst trek across this coast I have ever experienced.
Every time he starts talking, I bunk him.
She continues to do this.
Bunk.
Dressed.
Bunk.
Rezik?
Don't
Bonk.
get you.
Kelwise, a little help here, please.
Bonking again.
You realize we're making the big bad of this whole campaign right now, right? Like all of us, we are creating the big bad.
He keeps whining.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm carrying him. I've been nice this whole time. He loves me.
Listen, someone's got to knock him off his high horse. That's all I'm saying.
Well, at any
We're all in
rate,
this together.
they aren't going to let us in the city at
All in
night.
this together.
Yeah.
So
So you think we should give it a rest?
Are we fully rested? Is it still night?
We walked all
We
day.
just woke
We need
up.
a rest.
What?
We spent the whole day heading towards
The end of
Capital
the day.
City. Yeah, and so the sun's kind of coming
Clearly,
down.
clearly, having walked all day, the scenery has changed slightly. Is there any cover that we could find now? Near maybe some rocks. Maybe
It's a
some
lot
trees?
more rocky where you are, so the beach becomes a lot less of that fine sand and a lot more this like kind of, it's more like a pebble beach now. The closer and closer you get, and there's a lot of rock protrusions kind of all over. So there would easily be a place you could find to just kind of like put your backs against the wall. Against a wall. A rock.
Mm-hmm.
one single rock.
Your camera died again.
Oh, great.
While
This
you're
is going well.
fixing that,
Everything's going well. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
yeah, let's set up for the evening. Maybe see if there's and I didn't say this, but if possible, I would have liked to have been collecting any driftwood we come across and things like that.
Yeah, give me a survival check.
Damn it.
Would you like help on that survival check?
It's too late. It's 2. I was very preoccupied.
I'm a survivor. I'm not the giver.
Most of the wood you found was too wet to work as driftwood, or as a fire. So like, you found a little bit of wood, but like, it really was just so wet that you're like, it would be more work than it's worth to try and light this aflame.
Can you believe all this wet wood that I found, everyone?
Great, impressive.
Next to the water?
What?
Who'd have thunk?
With my bloodline, because my D&D Beyond doesn't have my like extra. Do I have? Oh poop! That's a 2nd level spell. Never mind. Do I run warmer? I mean, I'm like, oh no.
Are you gonna try and Jacob us?
No. I
No, but I can.
No, we're good. Okay. I can't do anything to help you. Sorry.
Out of the sleeping bag with me, Bella.
No? Any other Twilight fans out there? Just me?
Absolutely not.
You're alone. It's fine.
The extended versions of the movies are on.
I own all of them.
I don't know what streaming service they're on, but we've
Amazon.
And they're and
I own them all in digital.
they're actually better films. Not to get too off track, but I was like, not bad. The first one is still fantastic in my heart because it's like so low budget.
It's the good kind of bad.
And we talk about that while we look for a place to set up.
Yeah.
I forage for food. I will gladly forage for some food for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So give me a survival check to forage for some food. So you got your makeshift fishing pole again, that cloth reel with the makeshift hook.
Yep, and I got a 14 on my fishing.
14. So you know that like fishing gets good right around sundown. Right. It's like early in the morning, and then when the sun's going down, that's when the fish are biting.
That's when that fishing gets good.
Yeah, the fishing gets good, and you catch enough food to like not to satiate you, but to share and keep you guys alive. You catch a few fish. I mean, it's a pretty big group. There's 7 of you.
Sushi's on the menu.
Yeah, apparently. All right, so you start cleaning those. You guys kind of settle down for the night. Again, to the south, you see the lights of the giant city that is Capital City. And you guys taking watch?
Do they have any of the, like Fox searchlights going on?
Yeah, exactly. It's the premiere of Capital City in the stream, so I've placed some lights.
Have you guys? I'm sorry, I keep going off track. But have you guys heard the guy that plays it on like the really crappy kazoo trumpet or whatever?
Yeah.
So good.
Maybe I have.
Those are always great.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go for a break. We're gonna go on a quick break, and we'll be back. But look up that song. What is it? The 20th Century Fox song?
Yeah.
Century Fox.
We're gonna find it. We're gonna throw it in chat.
The Harry Potter one is hilarious.
This video in the Harry Potter one, yes. All right, we're gonna go on a break. We'll see you guys in about 30 minutes. Watch the best game of D&D I ever DM'd was just me. There were no players.
No one ruined anything.
Here.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's actually just being a novelist, right? That's
that is. Oh God, that's dark.
Novelists are just DMs that have no friends.
I'm a tiny tiefling.
Yes. How tall are you?
I'm 3 feet tall.
Oh, you're small.
She's a 3-foot tall tiefling.
I am the size of the gnome Cornelia over here. I've got this.
Organized.
I'm 3 feet tall. I've got horns and a tail. My color is burnt orange, and my hair is fiery red. That's what I look like.
But
And
you
I'm
have a tail.
Yes, I've got a tail. I'm a tiefling. You know what tieflings are?
Yeah, but what color's your skin?
It's burnt orange.
But do you have horns?
Yes.
You're the word.
All right, you guys settled down for the night. You couldn't make a fire because all the wood was wet. You got a couple of fish. Yes.
I'm gonna cuddle with Pup for warmth.
Yeah, I like a bunch of fur out.
Okay.
Oh yeah, me too.
Fitz
We all spoon.
Nice.
kind of snuggles up to that fur. He's a little cold. He like
Let him.
really like
Or it wouldn't be the first time.
yeah. Kind of just snuggles up.
How old is Fitz?
Fitz is like 15.
You gonna make him
How old is
make a
Pup?
con save?
A con save. Wow. This isn't that kind of stream, all right? He's not into furries.
We know Fitz is
More
big.
uncomfortable.
Wow. Wow.
You're welcome.
And I trusted you. I brought you onto this stream. This is how you repay. This is how you repay Pup. This is how you repay Pup.
I know Fitz is a freak. That's all I'm saying.
I've seen Game of Thrones. I've seen how the nobles work.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways.
They're all cuddlers.
Anyways.
Yeah.
And
Yes, and.
Yes. And
Okay,
All
so
right,
we all
so-
cuddle up.
you guys, yeah, the three of them cuddle up. What are you the rest of you doing?
I'll take first watch.
All right. So you guys kind of settle down for the evening. You hear the ocean just kind of softly, the waves coming in and coming out.
White noise.
And it's pretty cold. The farther south that you guys have been going, it's not like you've drastically changed scenery, but like the farther south you go, and you notice there's a little bit more wind in this area, and it's a little colder. But for the most part, it seems to be just a dead, lifeless night with that sea coming in and out. No one's really traveling up and down the coast. Your watch kind of ends, and nothing catches your eye that would raise an alarm.
Whether he likes it or not, I'll wake up Rez.
And now your watch is over.
Yeah. Yep, I'm on it.
And I didn't find anything. All you.
Enjoy your Z's while I
No, you know I
stay
do.
awake now.
All right, Rez, give me a perception
Military
check.
life.
Let's see what you see.
Yep. I see nothing.
What did you roll?
A
I
9.
went blind all of a sudden.
Quantifiable nothing.
See something. Maybe.
Yeah, you're kind of hanging out, and you're just taking in the breeze and the stars. The stars above you are brilliant and beautiful, despite being so close to Capital City with all their lights going on. You can still see just, every once in a while, just a little streak of something going by in the sky. Yeah, and you kind of wait your turn out, and you kind of get the feeling that your watch is over, and again, nothing kind of creeps in.
I wish I had my sketchbook. All right, so who to choose this time? I chose Kelwise last time, so let's not be rude. Well, Pup can, yeah. Hey,
My ears are just like twitching and let me sleep.
I just kind of.
Chiba!
Excuse me.
I could.
Can you
Too late.
do a watch?
Is that where I just... Oh, yeah, I used to do this with my family, yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, the watch? Oh. I just sit there, like, really attentively, just, like, looking around, just like, do-do-do-do-do.
As you get up, you notice Fitz kind of, you wake Fitz up as well, because he was kind of cuddled up next to you.
Oh, sorry. So, can I take watch, like, where I was against that rock, like, still, like, as a pillow to trust in Fitz?
Yeah, Fitz kind of gets up and stretches out a little bit.
Are you okay?
Yes, it seems like... I'm awake. I might as well learn what this watch thing is.
Oh, we just, like, look out to make sure that there's no people to come hurt us. You just kind of look.
You just watch for an extended period of time?
Yeah, just to, like, protect everybody. Do you have people that protect you at home?
Oh, yes, we pay people to do that. Very boring work.
I don't know what paying is,
Very
but
elementary.
we kind of do that here. I don't know.
Well, those coins that you received earlier, those gold coins, yes, those are what you use as payment. It's considered currency. No, you do not eat it.
Oh, you give it to your friends here. Are we friends?
No, this is very valuable. You don't give it to your friends. You trade it for goods and services.
Can I trade you to be my friend?
I don't think... Well, maybe.
My heart vibrating. Like, I'm so excited. My body's vibrating.
But to buy someone's friendship, we'll say, it would cost quite a bit more than just one gold piece.
Oh. What's a friendship? Is that different?
Pup, you are a very strange being. Did you really grow up in the forest raised by wolves?
Yeah.
That's quite a strange upbringing. How did you come into the forest?
Yeah. I was just always there. I don't know.
And you had no mother, no father?
Well, that big wolf is the one that was in charge. That's my mother, right? Because Red said that's mother, because mother's the one that's in charge.
Yes, I see that she was your mother, and she raised you, but, genetically...
And then father is the one who's second in charge. Rez also taught me that. No, I think Dresden taught me that. I forgot.
Dresden has a few holes in his education, if we will, but you can't expect more from a mere soldier in the commission. They have very hard heads for a reason.
And then I start poking his head too. But your head's not soft.
Well, no, I have a skull. It's a turn of phrase.
Oh.
It's very difficult to communicate with you.
Turning?
Turn of phrase. No, it is a saying.
Oh, like when you say a thing and it means a different thing, but it's the same. Got it.
Sort
hard
of.
Head.
Sort
yeah,
of.
I got a hard head. Yeah.
Yes. Have you ever been out to the forest?
No.
This is your first time, and you're not scared or frightened?
Yeah, but I'm more scared for my sister.
Your sister?
Yeah, that's who I'm gonna go get.
I didn't see anyone else who looked anything like you.
It's another wolf. We took a wolf. We took my sister. So I had to go rescue her. So I'm more scared that she's gonna get hurt than I'm gonna get hurt. Because if I know that I can like defend myself because I was practicing my punchy skills on the tree, but she doesn't practice her punchy skills on the tree because she doesn't have hands.
Yes, I can see that would be very difficult for a wolf to practice punchy skills.
You practice punchy skills?
Do I punch? No, absolutely not.
Do you want to? I can teach you.
No, I'm quite okay.
But what if you get lost?
What would punching a tree help me?
Yeah, because then you could punch something else that's not a tree, and then you would already know how to do it.
But how? I'm sure that logic makes sense somehow to you and your kind. Yes. Well, pup, this has been very enlightening.
Whatever you do, don't do like this. You do like this, okay? Don't do this one though.
If I ever need to punch
It took me
someone,
a long time to feel better. For me to feel better, it took a long time. Can I just put like a stick on it? I don't know. I saw someone in the forest doing it, and I was like, "Oh, that looks like a good idea." Oh.
I say maybe someday we will write an article or maybe an essay about your upbringing. I think the scientific community would like that very much.
Someone likes it. Okay.
Yes.
And like I just like don't know what any of that word. I've heard them before, but like I just don't know the meanings. So I'm just like,
like is good. Okay. Yeah.
Let me say this: you have led a life that is very different than what is normal. Though you do not look normal, and you have strange ears, and you can
my little wolf here is just like,
and you can change your appearances on the fly, which is also an oddity. Most cannot do that.
Oh, wait! I thought Trust said she could do that.
Yes, Trust is also an oddity.
She also has bigger ear things. Okay.
I think
horns.
those are called horns. Yes.
Yeah, I do know that one. I remember.
Horns are not really for hearing.
They're for
I like
colorful
snore
stuff.
loudly in my sleep.
Yes. Well,
Are your feet okay?
my feet will be fine in the morning, I suppose. I did not get a chance to thank you in the forest for assisting me when the carriage took a terrible fall. And I just wanted to say that I am not ungrateful for your assistance.
Of course, I know what it's like to be in a new place for the first time. Maybe now I know. So yeah. You know?
Yes. This has been.
I like start
different.
taking his boot off.
Oh no!
And then I rip some of my like thing and I start wrapping his feet because I like me growing up barefoot in the woods have had to do this type of thing before.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Perception. That would be a 14.
A 14. Okay. Fitz kind of just lets you tie his foot bandage, but the entire time you're doing it, he's just kind of looking off and away. Just kind of
Not licking.
like he's just so weirded out by this whole situation. As far as you know.
Do you not like the owie looks, or do you not like? What don't you like?
This is fine. I appreciate it. I'm going to go back to bed.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Come
And he kind of walks over to the other side of the camp and kind of just lays down.
Good night.
Yeah, and as far as the rest of the night goes, it's just breezes by. Nothing important happens. You do see the sun start to rise way off in the distance, and you see like a few carts coming from the north end of the beach that were going in kind of the same direction as you, being pulled by some draft animals. Start to come towards you, but I mean they're moving pretty slow. It is a pebbled beach, so it's not easy for them to move fast. But that's about all you see.
Are they wearing like? Would I recognize the type of clothes they're wearing based off of people that have been through the forest or people that I've seen here on the beach? Like, do I know like what type of person it is?
It looks like a human. At least it's a humanoid in around the size of a human on a cart, just kind of passing by,
Wearing
coming
normal
towards
clothes.
you. Yeah, maybe an hour behind you, way off in the distance.
Okay. I'll poke Rez.
Oh, morning. Good morning.
There's
Hi.
that way.
Hmm?
There's that way. Heart.
Oh
Cart.
yes, I see. Yes, there's a cart. What is it? Everything okay?
They're just there.
Oh, okay. I mean, getting closer to the city now, there should be, different carts and stuff passing by once in a while, so nothing to be alarmed about, I don't think.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing the watch, by the way. Everything will go okay?
Yeah, just normal night.
Great. Well, we should probably all get up now and start planning for how we're going to get into the city. I'll start making some breakfast. I'll be right back. I'll start foraging.
Okay. Roll a survival check.
I'll be right back.
Not so good. 10.
A 10. So you find some kelp that you can chew on. It's not great. It's not appetizing, but in a pinch, if you needed to, you could chew on this kind of like this very chewy rope-like kelp.
Great. All right, morning. I got some chewy kelp. Anybody hungry?
Who's got that makeshift fishing rod?
I'll help out with that. I'll try to do some fishing this morning. Why not?
Okay.
It's good. When the sun's coming up, it's the same as when the sun's going down.
Yeah,
Same deal.
it's that fishing. It's that
Same
fishing.
deal.
The fishing hour. All right. Give me a survival check with advantage.
Fishing hour.
I just start chewing the kelp.
Also, because I've never seen it before, so I'm just like.
It's
Got a 14.
14.
Salty.
All right. Again, you catch about the same amount of fish. You catch 2 more of those the smaller fish. It's tough because one, your rod just can't it can't cast as far as you would need to get some of the bigger fish. With ocean fishing, the farther out you can get, beyond the break, the better it's going to be for you. But you do manage to catch some smaller fish that are kind of in with looking around the surf.
And I, of course, sushi them up for everyone again. Sashimi them up.
You sashimi them
Nice.
up. Right. All right.
Yeah.
So everyone gets a little bit. I mean, you guys are all pretty hungry. It's you haven't really had much to eat in the last couple days. You had a little bit of fish. You're not starving to death, but it's definitely not enough to sustain you as a group. So you guys kind of get up. You pick up camp. You got really nothing to pick up. Everything you have is on you. So he cuts up that sashimi. Everyone has a little bit of sushi, and
That's all right. I had enough kelp, and it's really good. Thanks, Rez.
Yeah.
Wrap the kelp around the fish and just like.
Salty.
I was gonna say, if you wrap it around, it's okay.
The whole thing.
And that kelp, it's not just chewy and salty. It almost like numbs your mouth when you chew it. It's just got something in it.
It's really good.
It's okay. It's better the more you eat it.
And it was one of those things where during training they taught you, like, in a pinch, lick a banana slug.
We should probably plan for going to the city. What's the plan?
We don't have the proper paperwork. We don't have the right paperwork.
Oh, yeah.
Paperwork.
I say, I believe we probably have enough gold that we don't need paperwork, if you get my drift.
Oh, very clever.
Smart.
Well, whatever we do,
then we just need.
I cannot be seen until I fix this besmirchment on my face.
Fitz, have you looked at your clothes?
You're a best
Well,
matchmate.
Even more reason not to be seen. If any of the nobles see me and I have my face marked like this, I will be the laughingstock of Capital City.
Fitz,
You
stop
still have
talking.
paint?
No one will believe it's you, is all I'm saying.
Well, yes, I was mighty and regal before. It does seem far-fetched as someone in my state to be me, but...
What do you weigh, about 120?
Nonetheless, look, if they see my face like this, they will throw me into the pit.
Rez, do you still have paint? Can you, put paint on it?
Unfortunately, I don't have my set of paints with me anymore. They were taken, but as soon as we get back in the city, I can buy some more, so...
Oh, you grabbed some rocks to make some.
They probably won't do the job, unfortunately. Too rudimentary.
Does anyone have any spare clothes? Maybe we can make him maybe he has mumps. Tie him up, a kerchief.
Yeah, I can make you,
We can put dirt on you.
Yeah, that could work.
Dirt
Thinking clothes, but...
Hey,
Make a dirt
he has a beard.
Dirt beard.
Dirt beard.
Roll a insight check.
Dude.
Anyone thinking about doing this dirt beard?
Oh, I am. I want to do this.
Okay.
I'm not seriously thinking about the dirt beard.
1d1.
21.
Insight.
You
Insight.
instantly picture him. You clearly picture him with a beard, and Fitz just has that baby face. Even for a kid who's 15, 16 years old, his face is like a baby face. So you just image that beard on him, and it's just like, it doesn't look right.
Like a baby with a beard.
Yeah, it looks like a baby with a beard.
What if baby beard unibrow?
Just double down.
Yeah, I mean, it's always worth a try.
Maybe do the arms too. Just dirt all over.
If we do a dirt beard and then wrap you.
Yeah.
Listen, if most people are used to you looking like a noble, they're not going to think twice if they see you ragamuffin walking on the street.
That's true. Wait, but if they see that, are they going to take you no matter what?
Well, if they see this scar that has been branded into my face, marking me a white one,
you no matter what.
yes,
So that's the
that is
we need to hide
paramount
that.
that we cover it.
It's like not even you. It's just the owie.
Well, we do. That is
Huh.
of
Can
paramount
you,
concern.
shave some of your fur off and stick it on his face?
The dirt is looking better and better.
Oh, I have my bent dagger. I'm gonna take my bent dagger and try to hold the fur in my mouth while cutting it nicely.
So you cut that fur off, and instantly that fur, anything that was not attached to you, just starts to fizzle out and then just disappears into
I never tried that before.
miasma.
Right, so that's out. What if, does anyone have a hood? Does anyone have a hood? Can we get him in a cloak? That he can put his hood up?
Well, I do have this scarf. Maybe you can cover your face and neck with it, but... And it's
from a far-off, distant land.
I have a really oversized yellow scarf that I always wear, so maybe it could work.
Maybe some of us should stay outside and he can be one of those people. We don't all have to enter the city.
I don't like the idea of
Lenny
splitting
Kravitz
up.
oversized?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd probably do it. The Lenny Kravitz scarf.
Wrap it around him like a hood. It'll be he just wants
Okay,
to
so I'll-
from the wind.
Or
I'll
we
give
just
it a
punch his
try.
face in, and then no one
Or
can
we can give
recognize
him a
him.
lot more cuts,
Right.
Hide that scar.
What do you think,
He's not
Fitz?
gonna like that.
Look, we have this gold. I'm sure we could find someone in the pitch to give us their clothing that we could easily cover my face.
Yeah, I
All
think,
this
yeah.
talk about cutting and scars and beating.
We'll put
very
the scarf
brutal.
on you, and then we'll buy you a cloak in the city, yeah? Alright. So
There you go.
Genius.
Like,
Well,
put
let's head to
paint
the
on
pitch.
it.
He
Paint that
kinda
looks like you.
He kind of walks maybe a step or two farther away from each of you.
Yeah. Your father will hear about this. We know.
Yes.
Wait, what about your mother?
And she doesn't care about him. Have you met him?
Well,
Speak
maybe
of
she cares
my
about him
mother.
too much.
Never
Is it
speak
some-
about mother.
Can I potentially do the minor illusion and hide the scar, or how long?
So
would
minor
that last?
illusion is like a stationary thing. So it would you
So
you would
wouldn't go
it
with-
wouldn't travel with you.
I mean, I can do
Yeah.
silent image if you allow it, but I mean, it's a first level spell.
A first level spell.
You got to put your hand on your head when you're talking to the DM. That's just a house rule.
I love that rule.
you-
Can we do that?
That's what I always do.
We do that too.
All
Jaymes,
those in
would you allow
favor,
that?
adopted.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've kind of been doing it. It's been loose. Yeah.
I can't not do it.
My only regret about doing that is I don't ever get to do it.
Bummer.
Maybe it.
You can do
Yeah.
it one
Oh,
day.
I see. Yeah. You could do whatever you want. I don't even remember where we're at.
Minor illusion.
Minor illusion. No, silent image, right?
Yeah.
Only lasts for 10 minutes though, so it's not gonna be like it's gonna be.
Let's
It's
just
in the
gone.
city,
Hey.
though.
Let's just wrap his head up.
Look,
We're gonna buy you a
I
hood,
wanna
Get
and
this
then we're
past
gonna
the
bribe
gate,
the
that's
gods.
pretty
All right?
important.
We'll get him
there's a
close to
whole
the city.
entire like small city of dirty,
Yeah.
disgusting beggars right outside. I'm sure
Yeah.
we could just trade someone a gold for everything they own. It's probably
you.
more than they're worth, but we could probably take whatever we need from them to use.
James to be friends with them.
You could
Well-
make new friends.
Lead the way.
So he just like turns and starts walking, but he kind of takes his coat and like sticks his face like like
The more uncomfortable he is, the better I feel. So good.
Yeah.
I offered my scarf. I don't know.
this.
That's fine.
Yeah. Well, he isn't gonna go your way.
That was great.
What is it? Pun jar.
Put another one in the punch.
Really a pun, but it counts. It counts. All right, you guys continue. So you guys continue on, and as you get closer and closer to city, you start seeing. You done, Kate? Are you
I
done?
just didn't know what the pun was. I'm totally lost.
It's not technically a pun. It's just a stupid lyric.
Yeah.
It was a song in the 90s.
Get the boomer sign ready. Yep.
You may
boomer
not
down
have
here?
heard. You may not have heard of parachute pants, but the 80s and the 90s were a thing that happened.
Wild.
Previous to yeah. Being born in 2000, you must have missed a lot.
2005, thank you very much. 2008 and a half, thank you.
2005. If you were born in 2005.
Dresden looks at you and goes, "What happened to you in these last 15 years?"
Quarantine.
Oh no. It feels
Anyways, we are on our way to the city.
the city.
And here we are.
You guys, as you approach, for those of you who live in Capital City, you see the familiar like ramparts, 30 feet in the air. These huge mason walls that just wrap over the city, which is a couple square miles. It's humongous, and you know that anywhere from like 90 to like 100,000 people live in this city, so it's just gigantic. And as you start to walk towards the entrance, you just see carts and carts and carts, and you begin to see hundreds of these like ragged tents, these rundown tents that almost look like quilts because they've been patched so many times, just kind of sitting on sticks, sitting any which way they can. And you see just hundreds and hundreds of people just kind of sitting, trying to get out of the sun. And a lot of them are just sitting there. They're not doing anything. And they're very, very gaunt. And it's just, and it's a lot of singles, and it's a lot of families just kind of hanging out and huddled together in these tents. And before you could even really make out and see them, you can smell them. It's just like this overwhelming smell of like life, but life that has just been baking in the sun for far, far, far too long. And that's kind of all what's happening as you guys are approaching this area called the pitch, which is just tents and tents and tents that is on either side of this road that leads into Capital City.
All right, hey, what's the smallest piece of coin that we have?
We had 8 silver back a little while ago.
That's true.
I don't
We got a silver. Look, a piece of gold in here might cause a riot. All right. Who's got the silver?
Pretty sure we each did.
I think I was holding it. Yeah, or
Yeah,
maybe
someone
we
took
each
charge
do.
of it. Someone took charge of it.
I think that was me.
Yeah, pass me one. And then I'm just gonna try and head off and look for someone that, you know, might have some bit of like hooded cloak that might fits.
Okay. Yeah. You start walking up, and instantly, I mean, everybody there is eyeing your short sword. Everybody there is eyeing your armor. Everyone's kind of like, you know, backing off a little bit from you. You do find a couple people with hoods, like big kind of cloaks, like hooded cloaks, kind of just huddled in like a squatted position, head down, just staring at the sand.
Hey, squatter.
And you see this face kind of looks up at you, and it's like just gaunt. You see the bones in the cheeks, and the cheeks are just a little in. And it's very, very thin figure.
You taste silver?
Kind of looks at you, looks around, stands, and kind of walks up to you.
Silver around in my fingers.
And you see just this young boy's eyes just kind of follow the coin everywhere it goes.
I'll trade you for that cloak.
Kind of takes the cloak, pulls it off of his body, and then holds his hand out.
Drop it in his palm.
And he snatches it back and just jumps back really quickly, throws the cloak, and the second he does that, he looks around, and you notice like 20 pairs of eyes just staring at him. And he's just holding this coin in his hands like this.
Now that's your problem. And I turn around, grab the cloak, and go.
And as you see him, he kind of just like is looking around and backing up, and then he just goes bolting off into the pitch in a different direction. And you see about 5 or 6 people follow him.
Yeah, and I just leave one hand on the pommel of my sword as I head back to the group.
Okay.
Once he's back, I ask him, "Hey, Dresden, what's the weapons policy in this city? Can we walk in this town with weapons, or is this a...
Is this a hand-on-head kind of question? Is that what you're asking me?
No, you've been here before, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I mean, someone holding a weapon.
know,
I mean,
right?
Yeah. I mean, people have
Theoretically, you've...
I
would know.
Those who can afford to have weapons can wear them loudly and proudly. I mean, you know, it's like a lot of the nobles, like you saw on Rosma, had that rapier, that decorated rapier. I mean, a lot of people will wear them just as like it's almost like an accessory, right? Like, ooh, look at this symbol. Look at this nice dagger I have, or something like that. You know, multi-purpose. But yeah, I mean, weapons aren't aren't illegal.
I mean, you might want to change out of those Ash Rider outfits to avoid any questioning you can't answer.
How else are we gonna get inside, though, of this airport?
With the gold, we're gonna bribe them.
That'll work, even though if we look a little bit.
Yeah, what is do the Ashen Riders control the gate?
Yeah, so it used to be the commission controlled the gate, the official army, and about a year ago-ish, some kind of weird politics happened, and the Ashen Riders who run the pit kind of took over the gate, and the commission backed off. And there was a lot of people who were like,
okay.
What?
So I explained it to everyone else, just for brevity. Look, I'll take lead. I'm in Ashen Rider leathers, and a little bit of coin could probably get us through, right?
All right.
How much coin are you talking?
Well, I mean, what do they make? They don't make much, right?
Yeah, they don't make a whole lot.
Yeah,
It's more of like
one gold might grease.
Those at the, those working the gate probably make a pretty good living, considering how much power they have.
Yeah,
those who work more in the field are more in like a commission type basis.
Right. But hey, butter's always better on bread, right? Let's head to the gate.
All right, so you guys start heading around to the gate, and you know that the entranceway, this grand entryway into Capital City, is called the Blessings of the Goddess Gate, and it's this huge like stonework fortress. It's got its own like almost barracks on the side, and this massive wooden and iron portcullis kind of hangs over the top. You also notice the ramparts above this. There's about 10 archers just stationed, all Ashen Riders, along the top of this portcullis with bows, and they're pretty, lackadaisical, just hanging out. And then I
give just like the slightest little off to those guys up in the ramparts.
Okay. You give them a little a nod, and you walk up and you notice, as you guys get nearer and nearer, you see this huge line of carts just lined up. I mean, imagine like the border, right? Like it's just a long line of people waiting for their turn to show their papers, to get in, to pay their taxes. And there's like a side door, a small side door, and you see a couple Ashen Riders just hanging out by this side door. And the portcullis probably has a half dozen Ashen Riders just hanging out, checking merchandise and such.
So we're going to ignore that line. I'm going to walk straight up to those guys, just keeping everyone behind me. And as we get up there, just, hey, how you doing, brother?
Oi, what you got there?
This bit of riffraff needs to go back inside, if you know what I mean. And I just take a gold and just calmly kind of like reach out to give him a not like a handshake, but that like I can't do it with two different side hands, but that no, because I need him to grab it. Yeah. No, also more this, but with different two right hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Give me a.
Before I do that, I telegraph the gold coin in there.
Yeah, give me a performance check. Oh my God, what is happening? So who's in the Ashen Rider gear? It's just the two of you, right?
Nope.
But are you? You look like a wolf, right?
No. Oh, before if I'm gonna be around people, every time I went around people, I was
the big old buff guy. Yeah.
Very handsome.
All right. So give me a performance. Rezik, give me a performance, and Dresden, give me a performance check.
Well, I'm not in.
Is it performance or is it deception?
Oh, you're not? Oh.
You were performance or deception?
Yeah, give me a deception. Is that a higher skill?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's a 19 minus 1 to an 18.
Ooh.
That would be a natural 20.
Oh shit. All right.
Plus.
Yeah. So you kind of like hail.
Proficiency.
It's not a big thing. You're like, these guys got to go inside.
I've seen people do it in like the forest.
And then the guy kind of hits the door, and the door opens, And as you all start walking through, right as Fitz is walking through that door, you hear from behind you, "Oh, hey, you!" And Fitz has just kind of had his head down.
I turn.
I also turn.
You, boy. And Fitz kind of turns around and looks him in the eye. Looks him in the eye, and this guy kind of looks at him. And then just kind of takes the door and shuts it, locks it behind you guys.
That's right.
So
turn around.
You guys are standing on this huge cobbled road. And those of you who are from the city would know this is called Ascension Road. It's this big, massive path that leads all the way straight to the castle at the north end. And it's made of this super hard stone called crowstone, which it's, you know that like crowstone comes from the mountains to the north, the Ebon Mountains, and this stone pathway has been cobbled and it's perfectly flat and all these stones are together. And this road was built like almost 1,000 years ago and it's still pretty intact. But you also know that like somewhere down the line, and people try not to think about it too much, but like at one point you guys were able to cut this stone and make things from crowstone, and somewhere in your history, like the technology for that or the technique was just lost. So basically any crowstone you find, like rough deposits of this stuff, is basically worthless because you can't do anything with it. Rezik, you would know that like artists sometimes will take a chunk of stone just as you would take any other kind of stone, but it's like this impervious rock, and they'll use it for art and things like that. It's a very romantic idea of like this insanely hard mineral. But other than that, this road is made out of the stuff, and so it holds up really well. But ever since, you know, whenever this road was built, it doesn't seem like anyone knows how to even craft using this mineral anymore. So it's kind of worthless. And so it kind of shimmers off the light, you know, almost like a flint wood, like a sheet of flint or something like that. It kind of has a little bit of that reflection to it, but it is covered in massive layers of dirt and such. So that's kind of the first thing you see, just stretching out way in front of you. And to your left, if you look at the map, maybe we can we pull up the map?
If Jaymes looks off screen,
I'm like
desperately.
Map. We're gonna go to the map, but as you guys see to the left, there's this giant market, the capital markets. It's this huge marketplace, and it's just full of people yelling. It's full of carts moving back and forth. There are just crowds and crowds looking and haggling and stuff. And to your right is this, there's a couple shops. There's a couple stands, like people selling fruits and vegetables, people selling knickknacks and tchotchkes and stuff like that. And then just behind that, you see like... What? Ignore me!
Nothing.
Tchotchkes!
I am also very confused by this.
Like tiny copies of like blessings of the god of fate.
Little shot glasses.
Like wooden beads and things like that, all right?
Keychains, snow globes.
You need to learn to ignore my face.
Yeah.
Ignore me.
It's a hard face. Your face from my screen is like right in the middle. It is the only thing. It's like right by my camera.
Good.
You and Daye. I just stare at you and Daye the whole game.
My mom went to King City and all I got was this shirt.
Oh my god.
Just
it's just so... It's just so close. Oh my god. You can see like the glimmer of the like
the alcohol in my
water on your eye.
Anyway, you were describing tchotchkes?
Oh yeah, was I? I don't think I was. All right, guys. Anyway,
You can also use the word bobble.
this is our last game. This is our last game ever.
Continue, Sir Chachki.
I'm trying to.
To your
find
right, to the
synonyms
south.
for you.
You see that
Wait,
giant?
Chatsky, your turn's up.
Yeah, I'm Chatsky.
Did anyone order a tchotchke?
Oh my god, James, go, just do it, just keep going.
I can wait. I can wait.
No! I need to know what else is here. This is Pup's first time in a city.
And to the east, you see King City with that, the beginning parts of King City are pretty run down. It's like this really, really ragged looking borough called Raven's Nest, which is like a sub borough of King City. And it's, it's just like, it's where the poorest of the poor live. It's like, you basically pick the people up out of the pitch and you put them in the city, and Raven's Nest is where they end up. That's just to the south, and that's the area that they told you to find the bourgeois.
It's Detroit.
Chiefs.
Yeah, at Kerchiefs, possibly. And Daye, you would know that your the Trouble Cleft is in King City, but it's on the east end, which is like the nice part of King City. No one wants to live on the west side.
Right, but if we decide to go there, the other place, those two are very confusing.
Yeah, so Kerchiefs is the bar that they suggested to check around with the
In Raven's
bourgeois.
Nest?
Yeah, in Raven's Nest. And Trouble
But it's
Cleft.
only been like a day, and they said they would meet us at the next full moon. So we think we have a little bit of time, maybe, to wait for these people.
Right.
Well, they were telling you to go and talk to the bourgeois while they went and checked on like the Edenbows and to try and see if they were, on the straight and narrow. So it was kind of like,
All right.
divide and conquer.
Look, if we need to meet these people or meet up with them at these different places, perhaps we shouldn't actually stay at those places, right?
What's your reasoning with that?
Well, I don't like people that I don't know knowing where I sleep if I don't know if they want to kill me or not.
I don't like people who don't know.
I don't like people either, or cities.
That.
Right. Would I have any friends in any other taverns or like?
I mean, you were pretty friendless. You had that one friend until he went and disappeared. I mean, you have the bouncer at the tavern.
Yeah.
She was your friend.
Do I mean, I was in the commission for 2 tours. Do I know any good places to stay that might be... I mean, we're pretty flush with gold right now. Do I know any places to stay that might be, like, reasonable,
Yeah, there's
but not bad?
Some inns. I mean, most of the commission lived in King City.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, there were taverns and inns and stuff that they were, like, passable. It's not... It's definitely, like, the poorest area of Capital City. King City, and then Raven's Nest is like the poor section of the poorest section, but it's where
So maybe we stay
lower middle
poor
class
but adjacent. Find a place to stay in King City and then look for the bourgeois without them knowing exactly where we lay our heads at night. Follow?
And I wouldn't know anybody either, with my family being merchants that came to the city often.
Yeah. Your parents came to the city pretty often, but they really only, dealt with that one merchant who kind of was their liaison, who bought everything from them. So it was kind of really like, I mean, because your family is not humans, it's a pretty hostile city to non-humans. So your parents were pretty quick to just get in and get out as fast as they could.
Right. I say humans take the lead. We could stay at the Trouble Cleft, but I've got to disguise myself. That's it.
Should we drop our Ashen Rider outfits then?
I'm not
I
sure
think it's
that we
probably
should
a good
actually
point.
stay at the Trouble Cleft.
Whatever you think.
You want to stay there?
No, I
I'm
don't. I
saying-
don't think we should stay there.
I don't think we should either.
All right.
Well,
As
then
they
why don't
say,
we go over to the kerchief, drop the garb so that we do not look conspicuous in Raven Nest.
Well, it sounds like
is
Dresden's
still very overwhelmed, having never seen a city before. So half the time that she's talking, she's really actually not paying attention. She's just like looking around at everything, never seeing anything like this before.
Yeah, it's a big place.
Raven.
But it sounds like Dresden's a little bit afraid of the resistance knowing where we're sleeping. Is that what you're afraid of, Dresden?
No, I'm afraid of this bourgeois knowing where we're sleeping. We don't know.
We don't even know who he is.
Exactly. We don't know.
He also does not know who we are.
Correct.
So in the
But if we're
meantime,
staying at the place that we meet them, that's just one question away from knowing where our heads are.
well then we move when we meet him.
That's what I'm saying. We sleep somewhere other than the Trouble Clef, or what was the other place?
Kerchief.
Kerchief.
Yeah,
After.
the Kerchief.
Why can't we move after?
All I'm saying is maybe we set up, know a place to come back to if things go south.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I mean, again, you're the strategist here, so I don't see why not. Let's just find a third location to go to instead.
That's
No
all
problem.
I'm asking.
Is there
sure
a
we
third
can wander
location to go
around.
to?
Yeah, James, do I know just any?
Yeah. You
that
can
we
find
go?
like the most basic inn.
Yeah, most out of the way.
It's got like a tiny little like 4-stool
Basic inn.
bar, not really even a
Holiday Inn?
tavern.
That's
And
perfect.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
called the Three Seasons. No.
That's canon. That's canon.
I love it.
Oh god.
Don't take that away from me.
It's called
Is that the one right next to the
It's
Gnome Depot,
called-
or
Nice.
That's canon too. F you both. I'm staying at the Three Seasons, and I'm going to visit the Home Depot in the morning.
I don't know why I try.
It's out of your control, friend. Okay, call it what you need to call it, but here, it's the Three Seasons.
All right, the Three Seasons it is. All right.
Yes.
I mean, you can try and swim against the current,
I'm so happy.
or you can just
You
let
said
the
it.
players ruin your campaign. All right.
You said it. You said it first. That's DM rule number one.
You, James. It's all happening.
It's a
you
collaborative
did
effort.
this? This is genuinely your fault. I don't feel bad.
Yes, it's my fault for playing with you guys. Anyway,
No. You said Three
kidding.
Seasons.
I'm just kidding. All right, guys. Gnome Depot is pretty darn good. I can't.
That's definitely showing up in my next campaign, without a doubt.
Just little like orange cone hats. Just. Oh my god. Okay,
Yeah. Oh my god, and it's so small too. It's tiny.
yeah.
They especially don't know what they're doing. Nobody there knows where anything is at all.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, that's so good.
They all have like 7 name tags.
Oh god. Anyway. Yeah. So you guys you guys go to the Three Seasons. Three Season.
The Three Seasons.
And yeah, it's a pretty bare bones. It's just a place.
You can't stay there during
at
winter.
night.
It's closed.
You go up to the front and you see there's this woman. There's like a woman at the front the front. You know, right? You walk in. There's a little bar area, and there's a woman that kind of runs the bar and the house. Most of the rooms look like they're upstairs. And as you walk in, she kind of eyes you, not necessarily you two, or you three, the humans, but she's really. You notice, like you clock instantly. She's like looking at the tiefling, the halfling, and the gnome.
If possible, I want to just drop the on the way. Just drop the Ashen Rider armor.
Okay. Pup, are you doing the same, or you keeping yours on?
Do you guys think that I should drop mine too?
Oh, sorry. Do you guys think that I should drop mine too?
I think it couldn't hurt. If we're more under the radar, the better. Don't ask me what radar is.
I'll follow suit. I just assume that the yes means yes.
Yes means yes.
Yeah, so I take off all my my armor. But as we continue, I still have my like under. That was under the armor.
Under armor.
Under armor. We're gonna get sued, and James, it's your fault.
Yes, I follow suit. Yes, James.
Just so we're less remarkable when we walk in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we're already like. I only mean it because we're super remarkable.
Yeah, you walk in and you see this woman, and she's very like suspicious of your group.
Fair.
Still, oh god, I'm so jacked and handsome, you guys. Oh god, I can't even tell you how handsome and jacked I am.
Boy, what you lot part of a cult?
Go on.
Are you lot part of a cult? What are you doing in here?
Yeah, go on means what do you mean by that?
What do I mean by that? Look at you. You've got these weird little things. Are you part of a circus act?
Oi, I'm a
With the
bard.
horns here.
All right, respect a bard.
You wouldn't happen to meet a bard in this, and I look around at this tiny little establishment. Establishment?
A
Is
bard?
there
Are you
any?
crazy?
Yeah, to bring in
No,
custom for the night.
You want to let me have them stay in my house?
All right, you're racist, and I don't appreciate it.
I don't bonk, but like I place my hand on top of her head.
And she instantly like knocks it off. Oi!
No. I mean on top of trust. I mean on top of trust head.
Retcon.
Yes. I'm actually
On top of trust head, because then I'm gonna be like, we need a board for the night.
Yes, and
No questions
we're actually
asked.
part of a small entertainment
You want
group.
no
that we're trying
questions?
to,
No questions asked.
You part of a weird like sex group or something.
You're absolutely right,
No,
madam.
no.
And I take out a gold, and I just slide it across the bar to her. We're a strange sex cult, and what we need is for no one, and I mean no one, to disturb us. Now, what's the charge for an evening?
Well, it's gonna cost you more than that.
Cost me more than what? And I just ignore the gold that's sitting on the bar.
She kind of takes it, swipes it in her pocket. For 8 of you,
How many
cost
rooms?
cost of some silence. It's gonna be 4 gold.
I am going to use oh no, what's my oh no, I can't persuade people with my I just said vicious mockery. Never mind. I thought I had
You're just gonna call her the worst effing name ever.
Yeah. You said you're doing it. You said you're doing it. You can't.
No. I hand over her mouth as she begins to.
Listen, Dresden, this is a terrible idea. You're not allowed to make plans anymore.
And I just go, how many rooms for 8 of us? And I look around to everyone else as well.
Yeah, we are a sex cult. I know what that means.
Right,
Well,
and I wouldn't expect you to put us up in one room, although we may occupy one room at one point or another, but that's neither here nor there.
Do we have connecting rooms available?
You want more than one room to your weird sex stuff?
How about
Keep it
3
down.
rooms for the evening?
3 rooms is gonna cost you 4 times as much.
Dresden,
4
this
times.
is a terrible fucking idea.
Do you have
Let's go
one
elsewhere.
really, really big room? Like really big. Like so big. What's your biggest room?
Does this place look
How
like it
large?
has
How large?
big rooms?
We will take down a wall if we have to.
You won't be
I
taking
laid
down any
down
of me
12
walls.
gold, and I rushed everyone out of here because we're making a scene. We're trying to stay under the radar. And I add an extra 2, and I say, please keep silent, and I just rush everyone out of here.
As you're rushing him out, she calls off, and you better not take anything. I'm watching you, little ones. Don't be stealing our stuff.
And I do.
I
That went
Can I,
pretty well.
grab Dresden's pant leg and be like, that was a terrible fucking idea.
You're not wrong.
You picked the worst place in all the city to try and get us bored.
Well, here we are, and we have board, alright? And we can head to a place that you would approve of very soon. But we need, at the very least, a place to be able to fall back on. Liz.
I don't remember her
Is there a
expecting us.
vacation inn anywhere?
Go on.
Vacation inn? Or a vacation inn?
Maybe a night's inn.
Holiday inn. Thank you. But I'm
Possibly
you're
a
so funny.
Motel 9.
Cullen, your microphone's it's pretty hot.
It's hot?
It's hot.
It was cold before. How am I now?
You're
Speak into it.
robot.
Give me a soliloquy.
There was a man who walked down a street, and he had fire in his eyes.
Now it's popping in and out.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I think.
Wow. It's like an intermittent cable.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's just that cable, I bet. Yeah.
I think it might be my cable.
Tweak that little guy. Yeah. For sure.
Cable from
Give him a little crook.
Any better?
It sounds more stable.
Yeah.
Now you can put the volume back up a little bit.
How's
We
that?
are professionals, ladies and gentlemen at home. We are professionals.
Working it out as we go.
Yeah.
Any better?
Yeah, you're still a little boomy, but like it was like really, really strong. So
Boomy like from
How's that?
Avatar?
Is that better?
Yes.
yeah, that's better.
Okay, I'll order a new cable this week. That sucks. Why did I lick a pencil?
I was just gonna say that. I'm like, that looks like a mechanical pencil.
Make sure the lead comes out.
Yeah.
The graphite lead.
Graphite though.
Yeah. So you guys go upstairs, and there's only 3 bedrooms, and the bedrooms are pretty sparse. There's like a chest, like a little wooden chest at the foot of each bed, and there's a bed with like a sheet and a pillow, and that's it in each room. They're just these tiny rooms.
I just realized I'm so cheap. I'm just gonna chop this cable and resolder it on, but neither here nor there.
I'm just gonna say,
a
this
bed and a
woman
sheet.
is never gonna keep quiet. She's gonna report us the second she gets. She hates us.
Yeah, she's gonna think that there's a sex cult here, and that's fine because that's not us.
Small people.
All right.
Bunch of small people. Small people.
All right. Look,
Relatively.
What am I looking at? What?
What are we looking at?
you're looking at one sheet and one bed. Fantastic.
Okay. So
All
now
right.
that we are here,
Yeah.
what was everything that I just saw? Because I am lost. Who was that lady? And why did we give her the shiny?
We gave her the shiny so that we can sleep here. If we don't give her the shiny, we cannot sleep here.
Does that mean that she is our friend now?
She's like a mother
Nope.
that
She's
doesn't
my
care about
mother?
you. No, wait. That does not
I
care
have
about
mother. Oh.
you. Yes.
Oh, okay, I sit down.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah,
That's
no,
a lot to
Pop,
take in.
Pop,
I just sit down and
she's nothing like a mother. She's actually a horrible racist who charged us a lot of money to stay here.
what is
Technically charged to you.
I also don't know what a racist is, and I'm just sitting there so confused at everything that I
I'm
have
sorry.
seen.
James,
She's a
I'm looking
person
at your
who
face.
hates others
You signed up for
for
this.
being different than her.
That is stupid.
It is, and it's expensive.
It's
I'm
expensive
never trying Dresden
stupidity.
again with the plan because it's absolutely shit at it.
Cornelia, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh, geez. You do notice that there's like a small like green leaf in one of the rooms. One of the rooms has like a brown, like orangish brown leaf,
God.
and one of the rooms has
Nice.
just an empty branch.
Friends?
What does that
Just
mean?
like a small little like
The
mural
three
paint on the
seasons.
wall.
Oh, the pink.
He doesn't know how the 3 seashells work. Idiot.
Thought it was our friends.
I know, I did too.
Okay, Cornelia, you're the only one who notices this.
Hi, James.
They're paintings on the wall.
Yeah, just like old paintings that were painted a long time ago. Maybe when this place was new.
An old wooden ship.
Maybe 3-4 seasons ago.
What does it mean?
I love this.
I love it. It's canon.
Everything about this is good. There's no bad thing.
All right. Does anybody need anything before we try and hook up with this bourgeois?
Other than to get out of this miserable city.
The city
Why
may
are
be
you
miserable,
acting
but
like
it has
we know
everything.
how to meet the bourgeois? We don't know who it is, where to go. Why are you acting like you know what to do?
I'm not acting like I know what to do. I'm acting like I know what to do before we try and take action about what we need to do. It's a lot of words, right? Many syllables.
A lot of words that don't make any sense. Yeah, you like to talk, don't you?
I do. And here's the thing. We're about to meet someone we don't know, or attempt to meet someone we don't know. We should be prepared. Is there anyone that needs anything in order to feel, quote-unquote, prepared?
I'm gonna disguise myself. That's what I'm gonna do before we do this.
Good. Ears? Yep.
I feel like I would like a change of clothes from these rags that I've been in for days.
Smart.
And I would feel a lot more comfortable if I had a small dagger on me.
Also smart.
Just in case. Just in case.
Yes.
You guys, as you guys.
Riz?
Go ahead. I was just going to say we do stink. We probably should go to a local bathhouse as well
Sure,
if we're going to meet
yeah.
It
someone
would be nice.
called the bourgeois. So
You guys hear from down the hall as one of the doors closes. This is the cleanest one. I'll take this one. And you just hear one of the doors in the rooms close, and all of a sudden,
We lose track of him.
Fitz is just now in a room by himself.
Oh, I thought those were the
let's have
maids.
it.
That's fantastic.
Wait, I thought that he was one of us 8. Or
He
one of
was.
us 7.
He was. He just
was
walked
left.
into a room and said, "I'll take this one," and closed the door.
Riz.
let him have it. Let him be on his own for a little bit. Let him decompress. He's been through a lot.
That's fair. But tonight we'll probably sleep in there and just, be aware.
Yeah.
All right. So, we need a dagger. We need clean clothes. James, what is sort of like the bathhouse culture of this place?
Near the river. So on the southeast side, if you go back to the map, there's that river. There's a couple bathhouses right in there that kind of skim water off the top. Because as you know, they're the river. The farther down the river, the more crap gets thrown into it. So like
The further south and west you go?
yeah.
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 Okay. 'Cause
So
it flows out of the lake and not into the lake.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So if we're meeting someone named the Bourgeois, we should all smell appropriate.
Right.
Agreed.
I have a question. If people care about what other people look like, if they are supposed to look like them, then what is the best way for me to be looking here? Is it as this form, and then I transform into essentially Jessica Rabbit? It's like very red, curly.
No.
Or should I look more like this?
Full stop. Stop. Just not woman in the red dress. No.
Just full.
Go back.
50% less.
Then I transform into like a brunette, like kind of short, wispy hair, like freckly.
Jessica
what
Rabbit.
This work then?
Lola Bunny, not Jessica Rabbit.
Okay, yeah, sure. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do Lola Bunny blonde ponytail. Does this work better then?
That's fine.
I mean, you'd be safest as a human, probably, knowing.
Yeah, I'm
here,
assuming there's no actual bunny tail in the ears.
No. I like you know how like people cosplay Lola
Holding down the
Bunny,
fort, Melissa. I like it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Cornelia, you are just hanging out in the room, and you happen to check the windows as you do,
and the wall.
And you do see, despite the fact that there's a lot of people out on the streets and stuff, you kind of notice someone who stands out. He's maybe standing around a corner, and every once in a while you just see his head kind of tilt up, look at you guys, and then tilt back down. He's just kind of leaning very inconspicuously against a building across the street.
Oh man.
But you're the only one who sees that.
Oh.
So everyone else pretend like there isn't this mass murderer outside.
Yeah, I'm busy like checking my.
That's 10% less ass, please.
Sophie's looking at me.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you won't be distracting now.
Now,
wait, 5% more. Split the difference.
Oh, that's so funny.
Wow.
For those of you who haven't been to the city before, you're going to have a fabulous time here. There's that huge market we passed by earlier, and you can buy literally almost anything you could think of. It's going to be a lot of fun.
You guys, I think there's somebody watching us.
What do you mean?
Man on the street.
Oh.
He's eyeballed me a couple of times. He's looking directly at our window.
What does he look like?
Oh.
The dark figure. Dark clothes.
He's like a humanoid, and he's got a hood, so it's hard to tell.
How should we approach this?
All right. One of us should head out while the rest of us stay in the room and keep his eye and try and just walk by and get eyes on him. Who wants to do that?
I mean, if I go, I can always make myself look different later.
All right. Lola, go.
I go. And
All right,
I want to go like very like, not stealthily, but very like, maybe kind of stealthily, just like super nonchalant.
Okay.
Especially since I came in looking different.
Yeah, so when you go down the stairs, the woman who runs the place kind of watches you walk down the stairs, and she kind of eyes you like...
I give her a little wink.
How did... Oi, you better not be staying. You only paid for 7 people, not 8. I don't care how many people you want to have sex with.
I just give her a wink and walk out.
And I raise the window and start just talking bullshit really loudly to keep that guy's ear.
All right, give me a performance check, Dresden, and then
Stop
you're going
making me do
stealthily.
that.
You're going stealthily.
Ready to go to the shows, Dresden. There's so many shows in the city.
All right, 19 becomes 18.
Okay.
Hey, that's not bad.
Heyo.
23.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, so yes, you just like keep on talking, and the window's open. You managed to sneak.
Oh, sorry, more walking like.
Yeah, very inconspicuously.
How I walk.
Give me an intelligence check.
Are you sure?
Yeah, just give me a straight intelligence check.
It's super cocked.
All right, so pick the lower.
Oh, he's harsh.
7.
A 7.
It was a 16 and an 8.
Yeah. Okay, roll again. Just roll again. If it was cocked, just roll it again. That's the rule.
6.
6. All right.
And that is
6.
justice.
Yeah. So you walk by and you get a glimpse. It's pretty dark out on the streets now. The sun has gone down pretty far. You get just a quick glimpse of the shadowed figure as he kind of takes a look and goes down. He doesn't seem to clock you at all. This face looks familiar to you, but you can't place where you've seen it before.
It looks familiar to me?
Yep.
Interesting.
Shoot.
But human-sized.
Like recently familiar or like long-term familiar?
Just familiar. You can't really place him.
I hate you.
Since I can't get a good read, and I think that I've walked by very inconspicuously, I'm gonna take post to watch this person watching my friends.
Okay. Yeah. So you kind of post up, and you're still stealth very well, and you stick to the shadows. And you just watch this person for maybe an hour. He's just hanging out.
I'm just waxing poetic about the proletariat, like half out the window.
Yeah.
You don't say. That's crazy.
Maintaining responses to Dresden.
I feel like if it's been that long that I've been watching him, and I still can't get a read on him. Can I try to make another read on him, or nah?
Well, you do notice, like after this long bit of time, he kind of pulls out this small sheet. He starts writing on this piece of paper. You can't really see what he's writing, but he looks up, writes on this piece of paper, puts it into his pocket, and then starts just walking down the street to the east.
Yeah. I start really leaning into people that are literate.
I'm gonna be
today on the conservative tradition.
Because I am a different person. I'm gonna go up to this person as they're walking away. I'm a tap on their shoulder.
Okay.
Excuse me. I'm brand new here. Do you know of any places where I can stay? Are there any good local inns where maybe there aren't very many smalls?
You tap him on the shoulder, and he stops for just a second. Just like the briefest of seconds, and then he just keeps walking away. He doesn't even really acknowledge you.
I follow, because that's rude. And in my brain, I'm taking after what Spitz does.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, are you really going to refuse me? I'm speaking to you directly. Do you not hear?
And he's just still kind of walking away.
I'm gonna try to get in front of him and walk backwards.
Okay.
Being very sassy. I'm being full fits. But as Lola Bunny.
You flip around in front of him, and the second you see his face, you feel this sharp pain right in your abdomen. And when you look down, you see that there's just this dagger right in your belly.
Oh no!
No.
What?
Do we see any of this happening outside?
It's down the street, so
It's
probably
the
not.
people that can read and write that are the problem.
You take 14 damage as this dagger just stabs straight into your stomach, twists, rips out, and he kind of grabs your body, lays you down against the wall, and then hurries off.
Okay, I'm on the ground, past the.
Oh no!
I'm out.
All of you guys roll a perception check.
Yeah, no, like we're waxing.
The window
but
is open.
We're watching too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I told you.
I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you, Dresden, but we're trying to make it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How much damage is it for it to actually kill you? Is it
Double
double?
your max.
Double
your
your.
max.
So it's you go into negative your max HP.
Oh.
So what's your max HP?
9.
So you'd have to go to 18. It would have to be 18 points of damage.
Yeah.
If you had 1 point of damage and you'd taken 10, it would have killed. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. 17 for me, as I'm like, it's those damn literates that are just ruining the country.
What are the rest of you guys?
Dresden is getting out. We have to keep doing this.
Natural 20.
Reason.
So before you're kind of babbling on and Cornelia, you hear her, excuse me, I've got, and then you just it's the strain, like you know the sound and the cadence of Pup and how she speaks and how she goes, and you just hear that sentence cut right in the mid-sentence. And from what you know, almost nothing can stop Pup from finishing her sentences.
Except for a dagger, apparently.
So true.
So I feel something's wrong, and I rush down there. I'm like, you guys,
all right. So you guys, so she kind of says, "Hey guys, something's wrong," and Pup,
and I look out the window.
You're kind of laying on the ground, bleeding out. Give me a death save.
Yeah. That's a 20, right?
Gosh.
Yeah, D20, just a straight roll.
Yeah,
I got an 18 on perception.
16.
Yeah, we all
16,
actually roll well.
A success, right?
Yes. All right. So
if we're did Cornelia alert us all, like, or did she just run out?
She said she thought something was wrong and then she ran out. All right. So
I'm gonna follow.
Cornelia, give me a perception check. You run out on the streets. You're like, I kind of know where they went, but
we all follow, right?
We all follow, right?
Do you?
I can feel it.
I got a 15.
What was that?
15.
A 15. All right. So you just barely in the dark, you clock Pup's little foot hanging out of the from behind a box, kind of stashed away in this corner.
Oh, dude, that's dark.
You just barely see her foot, and you notice that like she's back into like her base just wolf form with the little wolf ears and everything like that. Her she's no longer that Lola rabbit.
oh my gosh.
I'm
Can I
following.
rush to her and hold her wound, try to
Yeah, so
stop her
you clock this
bleeding?
first. Give me another death save.
Oh,
As this is all happening.
gosh.
Yeah, no, we're
19. Oh, that's 2 saves. All right. So
Oh, thank
you guys
goodness.
rush over to her body, and you just see just her abdomen is just torn. It's just this giant gash in her stomach and just bleeding everywhere.
I
it's
cast
like,
cure wounds. I cast cure wounds.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
Trust, you take your horns and you lay your horns to her wound, and
Oh my
instantly
God.
you guys just see that like the sinew and the flesh all over her just start to slowly heal and weave back together, and there's still this bright red mark where that hole was, and there's still blood everywhere. But Pup, you managed to come to, but you're pretty dazed. You're still kind of like only at half heal.
Mother?
Oh my god.
Oh.
No, look, can we each like take? We're both so tiny. Can we each like take her, try and like be her little conscious as we get her
Yeah,
back?
because you guys are like,
Use our
like 3 feet. Yeah, because I'm like 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
I'll help. I'll help as well. I'll help. Let's bring her back to the room.
So you guys all kind of like production line pick her up and then hut, move her back in. And as you guys
For the sex cult.
As you guys come in the room, yeah, you just see that old woman. That old woman is just like, just staring daggers at you guys. She knows she made a
For the
mistake.
sex cult, and I like toss like 3 gold. So,
I'm gonna murder this innkeeper. I'm just gonna kill her if she does not get her shit together.
Kill her later.
Well, okay.
kill the racist. That's how you fix the problem.
Who wants an inn? Let's take over the inn.
Campaign is done.
Yeah, so you guys just drag this bloody pup. You just go up, and she's just like, "Oh boy, there's another one."
that's hard, right? Okay.
I threw the.
This is your third form that you come in with.
I know. I like throw the gold.
She's
It's like
just
covered
like,
in blood, kind
oh,
of. It's
no.
fine.
You know, and it's almost like she's better off just not knowing.
Seven total. Seven total.
Yeah, you see her just take this big swig of a bottle with just X's marked on it.
7 X's.
Yeah.
At some point though, the gold to hate ratio has to like hit some point where she's like, it's fine, I don't care anymore.
Gold to hate ratio. I want to see a chart of the gold to hate ratio.
That's the episode title for sure. Gold to hate ratio.
Gold to hate ratio. It's actually a logarithmic graph where it's exponentially more.
Oh God.
Now my question is in myself being stabbed, did I have any insight on maybe who the person was?
All right. I will give you one more. You did see his face. I will give you one more intelligence check to try and figure this out.
Are you
Pup,
sure?
what a champ.
You're just scouring your memory.
Oh God.
The knife either jogged your memory or really hurt it.
Or really messed it up, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
Hey, can you guys blow on this for me? Chat, can I get some luck in chat? Can you just blow on this for me? Thank you.
36. Let's go.
17!
17. All right, yeah. You come to and you're thinking about it. Accordion's like, no
thanks. Awkward.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
That's fantastic. Social distancing. Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, Dragonfly.
Yeah, thank you for giving that to me. I love that. You think back, and this face, you kind of saw it in the light when he turned towards you with that dagger, and you remember it being that Ashen Rider who was working the gate. He kind of called Fitz back. It was the same guy. He had just thrown a cloak on, was just hanging out.
Shoot.
I relay this to the group.
That's not good.
Yeah, that means more people probably know that we're here. That's gonna be a problem.
We're being real inconspicuous. Hey, Dresden's not even here for me to insult him.
Well, there's no honor among thieves, right?
No.
Well.
You guys hear from down the hall just the sound of this like rattling and this crrrrk. And Fitz pops his head out. Excuse me, I am trying to sleep. If you could
stick
keep
out covered in blood.
Down.
Get in here right now.
He just kind of stares at Pup. Pup. Is that your blood? And he kind of walks over silently, like stunned. What?
I grab him by the... Yeah, we both grab him by the back.
Pull him in.
Yeah.
Yay.
And immediately ask him, did you recognize that soldier that called you at the gate?
The soldier? No, I've never seen him before.
Think harder.
Please.
I've never seen him in my life. I have no idea.
Well, he knew who you were, apparently.
He gave me big owie.
He did this to you?
I saw the mother wolf. It hurt. Oh, I saw the big white wolf, the blowy one.
This is unacceptable. We need to do something about this. Dresden, you need to do something about this.
You're not wrong for once in your life. All right, look. We're not safe here anymore. They followed us here. They'll follow us again. One of us needs to go down and try to get as much money back from this woman as possible.
I think at this point we'll have to just we'll have to put that aside at this point.
Cornelia like raises her hand the second you say that.
Yeah, get on it.
Wait.
Get on that. And 2, we need to get out of here. They recognized either him or us or someone, but we're not safe here. We don't know where the tendrils of this bourgeois extend, but if I were them, I would have guards stationed in my take at the entrance, right? We need to move.
How much should I get cure wounds for?
What was that?
much did I get Cure Wounds for?
Oh, 1d8 plus your casting modifier. Does that help?
Oh, I'm guessing full health because
let me see.
That sounds
1d8.
right.
All right, roll a d8. Mistrust.
Okay. Mike, you healed me.
A d8, and we'll just add 3.
I got an 8.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go! Full healing! I feel
Where's
great.
I didn't have my air horn. Every time there's a max heal, go ba 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 ba. Yeah, two other voices. Oh, it's right here. All right, continue.
I wish it was an actual air horn though, and everyone that you live with was just like, "What's happening? Oh god!"
Oh,
How terrifying would that be?
130 decibels of just.
James, I'll teach you how to set one up for stream.
okay, good.
Ooh, Mother Wolf comes in with the condescension.
No, for the health ascension. Listen, I'm just trying to help, sir.
We need to get. What was that horn? We need to get out of here.
They've warned the others.
All right, so how are you guys getting out of here? And then 2, Cornelia, if you're gonna try and get some money back, how are you going about that?
Yeah, so can we
Good luck.
maybe have someone talk to her?
Kill
I'll
her?
kind of sneak behind
Trust
wherever she's
Trust
at.
wanted to go fleece her for some money. I say we nominate Trust.
Oh no, I'm gonna straight up kill the woman. That's
No,
not, you don't want me.
No.
Don't kill her.
You don't want me.
Just
with
get the
my
money.
Back door, you guys. We don't have to go out the front either. I'm gonna still.
We go out the front and the back. We split up and meet 2 blocks north and 1 west.
That's what she said.
taking that money.
Before we go, though, Dresden, where is safe at this point? I mean, you're suspicious of pretty much anywhere we go.
Anywhere is
Interested?
more safe than here. Oh, yes, of course. Put it on me. Look, that man saw the room we're in and stabbed one of our friends. We can't stay here.
He didn't know it was me, though. He thought it was just a random person.
But he knew you were following him. Otherwise, he wouldn't have stabbed you.
Yeah.
So, he knows that we're on to him, and he knows where we are. So we exit. Half of us out the front, half of us out the back. We head up 2 blocks north and 1 block west. The people out the front go 1 block west and then 2 north. The people out the back go 2 north and then 1 west. Does that make sense?
No!
Someone hold my hand.
Someone hold her hand.
As you say that, Fitz kind of just holds your hand.
No.
Don't you try and make Fitz redeemable, damn it.
He's only 15.
If it looks like it kind of seems like Fitz needs his handheld more than Pup needs her handheld.
All right,
No,
you know what?
he said.
It's a win-win.
Do I see that?
Yes.
I look at Fitz and I grab him by the thing. Do you have a guest house?
Guest house.
Do you have a residence here?
Well, yes, but it's in Blackridge Heights. We never make it there.
Why wouldn't we make it there?
Well, if you look at the map, so Blackridge Heights, you know Blackridge Heights is like the super elite rich area district.
Yeah, I mean, I know that, but
Yeah, you know that, but like, so it would be like it would be a whole stealthing, like you. If
that wouldn't work.
of the
It
guard,
wouldn't.
and you'd know it would be the commission kind of patrolling that area. If any of them saw you, they would, in an instant, they'd be like, "No, you."
Yeah, damn it.
Good-
Okay.
It was a very good thought, though, Dresden.
All right, I shake him, and I go, I know where you live. We can't go there. And I go, do you have a fuck around house?
He's 15!
Yeah, but he's wealthy, and I don't trust him.
Look, I'm sure my father has other properties. It's just I don't have the keys to such buildings and
We don't like keys. Do you have a building?
not that I know of. My father keeps his business pretty close to the belt.
Fitz, you need to start opening your eyes. And
I'm used to accompanying Mother. I help her with her crochet, and I do my studies.
and I
Collective
like
eye roll.
yeah, like 9/10, like as close as you can get to slapping someone without actually slapping them. That's where I am. All right.
For the last
All right.
time, we
One
can
of us.
go to the treble clef. No one knows who we are. No one knows who we're looking for. Your
If you
paranoia
think so, then let's go.
is intense.
Well, you know, he was in the military, so he's a little bit paranoid at times and overconfident, but trust me, it actually helps out in the long run. Now, I agree. Let's
nearly
go
got
to
stabbed to death.
It was nothing. One time I fell from a tree and I landed on a branch and it went right through my leg.
Ugh.
Oh, wow.
Gross.
Just another day in the life.
Just another
I
day
agree.
in paradise.
At least this time
I
it wasn't my
agree.
fault.
And I'll put it to a vote with the group here. Should we go to the treble clef, or are there any other ideas? Let's kind of think this out for a second before we rush over there.
I vote any
Treble
other
clef it is.
place.
Yes, 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 yes.
And by default, the treble clef it is.
Okay. There is no back door per se, but you could try climbing out the window. But that's really the only back door there is in this establishment.
No, it's better
I
if
think
we
we could
split them.
probably.
We go out the
Yeah, we
front
probably
door.
split up. Yeah.
One,
Yep.
half of us go 1 west, 2 north. The others go 2 north and then 1 west. Does that make sense?
No.
It's, you know
Someone
what
grab
this
her
means?
hand.
Fitz
All
kind
right.
of
I'll
reluctantly
lead
reaches
the
across,
party out of the window.
grabs Trust's hand. He's now holding both Trust and Pup.
But if possible, let's try to all like be in disguises as much as we can. I mean, I can actually cast a
Yeah.
spell like that. We could also try to find some costumes of
Alright.
some kind.
Jeez.
I'll cast.
That's
I'll cast disguise self on myself to look like Can I make myself look like maybe like Pup's younger sibling or something?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna
sure.
make myself look different too.
Oh, okay. I can
Maybe
either
like
be
a-
a child or like a dwarf.
I'm gonna blah, 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 and then like shake and whatever, and then I turn myself into like just like a really average human
Okay.
young man, just the most average looking, nothing special, not very handsome, really no muscles. It's not
Okay.
Steven.
So you turn. Okay. So
So Steven.
Pup turns into Pup turns into me, and Daye, what are you turning into?
I'm gonna turn into I can get at least 1 foot taller, so I'm gonna go 4 feet and turn into this really average looking boy's really average looking little sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe 8 years old or something.
All right.
I'm probably
Sounds
like
good.
22.
You guys look pretty similar. And so now Fitz is just kind of holding you
Still
both.
covered in blood though.
Yeah. Yeah. Your uniform.
Take Fitz and head north first.
Am I small enough
Right.
to like be on somebody's belly and be like where they can just look fat with me under their coat or something?
Like a Quato?
Like maybe somebody who has a cloak.
Actually,
Oh.
I'm wearing a big wizard's robe. I could probably hide you under there.
Yeah, but Fitz has a cloak.
Makes sense to
True.
it.
Fat Fitz.
Only like 30
Hashtag
Fit.
you know?
Fat Fitz.
Oh, but like
I could-
PhD though.
I could do a more I could do a disguised self and look like a heavier set person, so kind of probably be more believable than just shoving her under Fitz's cloak.
Yes, I don't think I'm strong enough to carry all 3 of you around.
You are
You're not carrying me around. We are walking together.
Well, yes,
but
I'm holding your hands, but then she'll be around my midsection, and I find it
No, that's a
terribly
lot for
difficult
you.
to-
A very sensitive feet. I understand.
I wouldn't put it that way, but maybe possibly you're skirting around the truth in the general vicinity.
All right, Reds, change. You and I are going together. You all head north. Who does that leave?
Kelwise and yeah. And wait, so Cornelia, were you still gonna try and get the money back?
Yeah, you shake down that lady.
Yeah.
not-
Should I do that?
So did you want to do?
Did you want
to do that before you guys leave, or you want to do it?
No, I think that's just her job.
Really
down
gonna
there?
suspect us.
Yeah, I feel like as you guys are all leaving, I'm gonna be like this little person behind you guys, and I'm gonna just sneak as your guys are distracting her. She's gonna watch you guys, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, we put on a sex cult. Well, depending on who goes down there first, they put on a sex cult dance and show. Cornelia maybe sneaks behind this lady, and because she's the road.
Are you gonna steal from her?
I'm an excellent dancer.
And now there's like a little kid involved in this. Oh my god! Trust you're like an 8-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Coming downstairs.
Cult, man.
Oh no!
Sex cult.
Oh no! This woman has the rights to be suspicious.
She was right all along.
Oh no!
Oh, I hate this.
Okay,
I
wait,
feel
no.
dirty.
This is where we end the campaign.
We cut the sex
Thanks for
cult
tuning
distraction.
in.
I will cast thaumaturgy, and I will I can create a sound that originates from a point of my choice within range. So I'm going to make a shout from the kitchen.
Disguise self-concentration.
Yeah.
I would think
10-minute
no, it just says
concentration.
one action, 1 hour.
This guy's self? Let's see.
so.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't say concentration.
Oh, yeah, 1 hour. Yeah, you're
Let's
right.
go.
Sorry, I was thinking of sign up. Sorry, yeah.
There isn't really a kitchen in this place. There's like a bar
Is there
and
like
like
a
a
back
little
room?
area, and there's like a back room, but it's probably just like her living quarters.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
love the idea
I'm
of trying
gonna
to steal
make
this
like
money.
a crashing sound from her living quarters to make it sound like someone broke in. I'm just gonna go check.
okay. And then that's when you guys are.
From her, though.
Is it on her or is it?
You don't know.
Yeah.
It could be on her. It could be in her back room.
It's Apple Pay, right?
I'm not in love with stealing this money back, but I do have an idea that could help a lot of you if you want to. Since I'm going to be a larger fellow with Cornelia in my coat. I could go to the front desk as the larger fellow with my coat. I could try to distract her while
Don't
Cornelia
put my
goes
hand
out of my coat. Yeah, and around the desk and steals the money while I distract her, and you could go behind me and.
Honestly,
I don't like the plan,
get
though, but-
away from this woman. I do not care.
I think that sounds like
I
an
don't care
excellent
either way.
idea.
I would
Pretty
like to escape since this key's come off my keyboard.
I would too like to escape. I agree with you.
All right, so
So
let's walk through this.
Try to
All right,
steal, right?
who's going first?
I'll go first.
Okay, so you walk down first with Rez, and you guys just kind of walk out the door.
Unless Rez was gonna do weirdness.
Oh yeah, you have. So Rez, you and Cornelia kind of tightly packed in a ball in your stomach region.
Yes,
And you-
I'm disguised as a very large, balding fellow.
Okay, yeah. So this woman is just so out of her depth.
Hey,
Right.
is this the place for the sex cult? I heard.
She just sees people go up, different people coming down, and then other people coming in, other people coming down.
Covered
It's
in
just
blood.
Yeah,
Children.
it's just so perplexed. And you see her, she's kind of eyeing you with this little crook, and she's just wiping the counter, like just trying to make heads or tails of what's happening right now. And she just,
Yeah.
There's no explanation on this earth that would make sense to her.
Yeah, ask her for sheep intestine. See if she has any.
All right, so
go to the counter.
You walk down. All right, give me a performance check, Rezik, because you're trying to walk with Cornelia. Like, it's pretty awkward having this big old weight just kind of in the front, right? Like,
Whoa. I'm tiny.
How much do you weigh though?
30 pounds.
So, yeah, having like a 30-pound weight just in a ball.
Oh, that's not that
Not
much.
too bad.
25?
I know, but to walk normally without. And how are you
done like the weight plates and backpacks when you go on hikes?
Yeah, but that's like on your shoulder. That's not just in your midsection. Cornelia, are you hanging on? Are you like wrapped around him? How are you holding on?
I'm hanging and wrapped around his bit like a little
Okay,
child.
you give me a
like a wombat.
Give me an acrobatics check, and Rezik, give me a performance check.
Oh gosh, what are the baby Bjorns?
Baby Bjorn.
19.
A 19. All right. So you're just
A baby unbjorn.
wrapped. You just feel like this thing is just
Falling
wrapped
asleep.
around you. Give me a performance check as you try and walk as a much
I got
heavier.
to 12.
A 12. Okay, yeah. So you walk up as Dresden's walking behind you, and this woman is just kind of eyeing you.
Hello.
Oi, what do you want?
Oh, I got a question for you. I was just wondering about something. It's a little embarrassing.
While he's talking, can I is there a way to peek out where I can maybe see if she's holding, a bag of coins or if I see
you're at
anything?
a bar, so you might have to sneak around. Like there is an opening at the side of the bar to go behind it, so you might have to sneak around the side while she's doing this. But she definitely hasn't seen you. He got you down the stairs and to the counter, so you would now have to just like shimmy down his legs and then sneak around the corner.
All right, got it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Give me a stealth roll, and then Rezik, what are you asking her about? What's embarrassing?
Oh, I've got an issue. It's a little embarrassing. Can I ask you about it?
23.
Oh no, I don't know nothing about nothing. You just keep that weird sex stuff to yourself.
Well, it's the blankets you have upstairs.
Are you hitting on me? Is that what's happening right now?
No, please.
I just want you to know there's no shots in hell, in all 9 hells, and I would want to be wrapped up with a person like you.
Listen, I understand that this is all sort of weird, people upstairs doing all sorts of business, right? But I gotta say,
I don't know
I'm
nothing
a little judgmental about this.
Judgmental? Judgmental?
I would say
Have
so.
you been running in before? Who are you to tell me that I'm judgmental? I can run my inn however I want. It's mine.
I actually used to be a priest. If you care to know.
Sorry.
Is that now we're doing this?
You're a man of the cloth.
I used to be, back in the day.
Oh, but you're not anymore. You've fallen into sin.
Is this helping at all for Cornelia? This whole discussion?
We're gonna find out. All right, Cornelia, what did you roll?
23.
23. Okay, so you see this shadow. Even from you, it's hard to see the shadow kind of around the counter behind her. Are you checking her person for this money?
Yeah. So she is around the corner, right? Yeah, I think I will kind of look at the bar first, like if there's a counter or a.
Yeah, so behind the bar, there's a bunch of shelves with different kinds of alcohols. Mostly it looks like beer and kind of ales, just in these little bottles with stoppers. You see another section to the right, which has like some wines and spirits. And then there's another section on the far wall that has like what looks like to be somewhat nicer. The bottles are a little bit nicer. You can assume they're nicer spirits, but there's no like safe or anything apparent that's got money in it.
Okay, and then if she's still distracted, then I think I will try to.
Okay, well, give me an investigation check.
Okay.
And you guys can also, whoever else wants to use the distraction while it's still happening.
I would like to actually strip my clothes off, but hold them in my hand and kind of run down naked, like just pass this whole thing just as a distraction. Just kind of really solidify.
So your little
what they think is happening.
Your little gnome Willie just comes out. And you're just like, it's magic time! And you just run down the stairs.
Adequate, no leaving.
Holding your clothes. And she's just like, oi, hey, you, put your clothes back on. Put your clothes back on immediately. What do you think you're doing? What do you
spin around, do a little dance.
And I got an 18, by the way.
An 18. So you see 2 pockets in her dress, but as that happens, she kind of turns straight towards you to try and run around the counter to try and chase this gnome off. She has something of what looks kind of like a newspaper in her hand. Give me another stealth check.
Do you turn invisible or not?
21.
21.
Ooh,
Yes.
rolling.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so she just like, hey, you, looking at the gnome, she like bolts to the left, and as she does that, you just like do-si-do, you're like whoop, on the other side of her, and then she goes running out around the counter. You have time to reach into one of her pockets, possibly either the left or the right pocket, but you still have to roll a sleight of hand check to see if you can grab this whatever's inside.
Okay, cool. I'll just grab with the right pocket.
Roll a what is it, sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Sleight of hand, I got a 21.
Oh my god. All right. Wait, left or right pocket?
Weird.
Wow.
I went for the right pocket.
Okay. You reach in, you like whoop, and then you see her run around the counter, and in your hand, you see a brass key.
Meanwhile, my naked self is running back upstairs because.
Okay. She runs and chases you upstairs with a newspaper, swinging it wildly, trying to I don't know, like if whacking, like swatting a fly or something. She's just swatting you in the face with this newspaper, and it's
dodging.
Heavy. She's done this before. Maybe it's like it kind of hurts more than you thought it would. You're like, ow, oh god, paper cut. I've got no clothes on. Paper cut.
Oh no, death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Yeah, Cornelia. So you have this key, and you notice that key to the back room. It's got a keyhole.
Okay.
Man.
Let's. Can I actually get back on Rez's belly and give him the key?
Yeah.
Go for it.
You shimmy back up into his overcoat, and then you hand him the key. Rezek, you just feel this key pop into your hand, and you feel that familiar weight go right into your midsection. What do you?
Well, I guess we're doing this.
Whacking you, and then she goes up to the top. She sees all the rest of you there, and she's like, "All right, that's it. All of you, out of my inn, out immediately, or I'll call the guard. This has gone on long enough." And she just starts.
I go, wait. Let me put my clothes on, and I very, very slowly put my clothes back on.
She just starts whacking you.
Are you just making direct eye contact?
Yeah,
it's fine. I accept the newspapering and just slowly.
I feel like for what we said we were there for, that wouldn't.
Yeah. She's a little weirded out. She's whacking you, but she's also blushing, and it's weird.
Yeah. Does she realize
this is just like a whole new. This isn't even a new chapter. This is a whole new.
-1 charisma after.
Yeah, after party. Yeah, these are the kinds of parties you never wanted to be.
Should we try to go for this right now, or should we just wait, like keep for later?
Go for it.
Open the door!
I think.
Go for it.
Yeah, we should open the door.
Okay, well, I just whisper to you. You're probably going to be faster than me when you go inside of this, but if I'm carrying you,
I know. I should have went for it.
I'm gonna go over to the door. I'm gonna open it, and then I'm gonna like just let you go, and then close the door and lean against it. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So you run in, and the lock pops. The door opens. You shove Cornelia inside, and you close the door. You guys upstairs, you kind of hear the door just kind of, and then the old woman kind of goes, "Oh, what was that? Someone downstairs?" And it seems
man,
Wow, that's some good hearing on that lady.
and she starts heading back downstairs. Are you guys doing anything?
Just start yelling. Ah! Just making all the sound that I can.
All right, give me a performance. Give me a performance
Break
check.
some glass.
I'm not even sure where I am right now. Where Puff and I?
You guys
We're
are
all
upstairs. Rezik
We're
was the
still
first one. You guys are
upstairs.
all upstairs.
Oh, we never went downstairs? Oh, geez.
No.
Okay.
What was your performance?
3. So I'm not very good at yelling.
You start just going, and she already is so weirded out by you that it just has zero.
I'm gonna start screaming like, Ma'am, please help me! Please help me!
Okay, roll a performance check.
Oh, that's bad. You're a child.
13 plus 5, 18.
18. All right, so you
how
start
did we
yelling,
get here?
and this woman
I'm
looks
gonna
at you
distract
Oh,
her!
we're here now.
and goes, and she like runs over, grabs your hand from out of Fitz's hand.
Oh my god.
Child, are you all right? Did they kidnap you? You are kidnapping children for your...
Please unhand. We are here. Listen, I can explain this to you.
And
Are
she's
you
like,
ready
has
for
her
this
newspaper.
explanation?
She's like in front of Trust, blocking her from the rest of you. And she has her newspaper out, like as if it was a knife.
I just hold the top of the newspaper and go back. Ma'am, this is all simply explained. Is she willing to listen to this simple explanation?
As you're doing that, Cornelia, give me an investigation check. So, boom, you get shut into this room. The room is dark, like real
Natural 20.
dark. Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh.
rolling
there
like
is a
a
little bit
pro.
of light
Keeping
coming
this at
from.
home. She's got dark vision. She's good.
She's
I have a
halfling.
lot of
Right, gnome? You're a
No, I'm
gnome.
a halfling.
You're a
She's a
halfling.
gnome.
Oh my god, I get them mixed up. My bad. So yeah, gnome. So you have your dark vision, and you quickly look around the room, and it's just a bed, a dresser, and a table, and a few and a small chest. But you kind of run through, and you see just like there's a little bit of dirt and dust on the ground, and it's you notice these little streaks where the bedposts are, just a little bit of like wear on the wood. And if you weren't absolutely sure she wasn't part of a sex cult, you wouldn't have noticed it. But you notice that the bed has recently been pulled away from the wall. And so you pull this bed away from the wall just a little bit, and you notice behind that there's like this basically like this hidden board that you can just pop out and pop in. And so you rush over and you just pop out this board. And inside is 75 gold pieces and a small gold necklace locket.
I'm taking it.
Okay. You grab everything.
I also love how we like literally had 120 gold, like lost 3 pieces, and we're like, no, let's steal
It wasn't
that.
enough.
we lost more than that. We lost 15
12.
pieces.
Yeah.
Because I handed 3 more also when I came in bloody.
Oh, okay. 12.
Are we the baddies?
Are we the bad guys?
morality is the sliding scale.
am I wearing a hat that has 2 S's on it? I just want to check.
Oh no! One of the S's instantly disappears, and this in Aventide, it's weird. You can have 3, you can have 1, but you can't have 2. So, all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this.
So you grab all that stuff as Pup. You grab this newspaper, and she's just like trembling. She's got cheeks are red.
Ma'am. Simply explained as this. This is my younger sibling. And I caught wind that you were holding a cult here. I came to show the dangers of what that could be. And you can see, I experienced what those dangers were, and I came to show as an example so that she may know the dangers of cults. You, I'm sure, as a wise woman, would appreciate this edification. Edification.
All right, give me a persuasion check or deception. Give me a deception. Give me it with disadvantage, because you're trying to tell her that you brought your younger sibling to a sex cult where you could potentially get stabbed and bleed to death.
Wouldn't it be advantage because she has me there to back her up?
All right, what are you gonna go with the story?
Yeah. I was gonna say, it's true, ma'am. I never want to say a sex cult again. I've changed my thinking.
As I'm next to them, like slowly putting my clothes on.
Both of you just roll a natural deception check.
12.
11.
11. Yeah, no dice. This woman's like, no. You're a horrible being, all of you. I don't even care anymore. Just get the hell out of my inn right now.
May I keep this for later use? It would appear that my comrade did like what you were doing.
She starts trying to shoo you out. She's not even listening.
I'm like holding on to I take the newspaper. Yeah. I just take the newspaper, put it in my belt loop.
Okay.
I have no idea what it is.
All right. So what are you guys doing downstairs?
I think it's like leaves.
You've grabbed all this loot.
I wonder if I have time to look in the chest. I think I'm gonna look in the chest.
Yeah, you are. You look in the chest and you see it's a lot of they're not super fancy, but it's a lot of like nice clothing. Give me a investigation check.
Jaymes, is there any furniture in the lobby of the inn?
No, not really. It's literally just that bar, which is like the entryway opening, and then stairs up to the second floor. It's a pretty small, compact place.
I got a 15.
A 15. Okay, so you shimmy through all this, and you notice at the very, very bottom, and you almost missed it. You barely saw the shimmering of something, and it looks like a silver band. What looks to be like probably an old wedding ring. And it's kind of got like an ornate like design carved into the top of it. Underneath its clothes.
Hey,
give me an intelligence. Okay, yeah, give me an intelligence check. Like a history check.
Aww. A wedding ring. Dead spouse's ring.
I guess a history check you said? 12.
A 12, yeah, that's enough. You don't remember her wearing a ring, but vaguely like that tan around her finger of someone who wore that ring for a very, very long time.
I'm gonna leave it. I'll leave the ring.
Okay. But there are sets of like feminine, like well-made clothes that aren't fancy, but there's a bunch of like, there's a few dresses, there's a few like sets of trousers and some shoes and a couple tops. Just well-made stuff, but it's for human size.
If I can grab one nice dress, I will stash that as well.
Okay, it's more of like a
human size,
not like a nice dress, but it's like like a dress you could work in.
Nice. Someone's
like
gonna be able to wear it.
15th century business casual dress.
Love it.
Okay.
All right, whatever that looks like, I don't know.
James' favorite.
You cosplayers could know better whatever that is. All right, and then you're gonna shimmy out the door.
Yes.
All right, so you start heading out the door, and you clock her coming down the stairs, right? Like pushing these people and trying to drag them. Give me another stealth check, with advantage since she's just, busy.
Whew. Dirty 20.
All right, dirty 20. All right, so yeah, you slip out. Rezik, you see her slip out, close the door, and you step away from the door. And she just shoos all of you guys downstairs. So you guys are all in the lobby now, just kind of like sardines. This lobby is small, so you're all just kind of like taking up the whole thing. She's just now screaming, "Get out! Get out! Get out!"
I get out.
Get out! I'm leaving.
You all go to the streets, and behind you hear, "Go!" There's a lock just shink into the place, and the door slams behind you.
Well, that wasn't so inconspicuous, was it?
Ow.
Rezik. No, I guess not. Never mind. Sorry.
I think that went all right.
It could have been worse, as my clothes are now back on.
Would have been better.
I'm like two blocks to the north and one to the west, just like where the hell is everybody?
I'm heading west. 2 blocks, then the north.
As you guys start to slowly walk away, you hear, "Thieves! Thieves!"
We should probably get going.
All right. Yeah, and you hear shink, and the door opens, and you just hear behind you this old woman just, "Thieves! I've been robbed! Gods! I've been robbed!" Yeah, and you guys all managed to meet up.
Oh yeah, because we took the different.
Yeah, you guys all take the different routes. Cornelia, on thinking back, you're like, "I didn't put the board back, nor did I push the bed back."
I still have the key.
Yeah, Rezik still has the key. Never dropped that off.
We are the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no reason for the Ashen Riders to get us the first time, but there is now.
Yeah, so you guys are left.
To be fair, she was horribly racist.
That's true.
She was horribly racist. She probably had it.
Sadly, in my heart of hearts, I'm just kind of like, yeah, all right. Yeah, she was racist.
She was just trying to protect the children, man.
Yeah, you guys see to the east, and those of you from the town would know, like especially from the oil lamp district to the northeast, there's this fog kind of rolling into town that rolls in every week, and that's starting to reach your district, and the streets, it's, with the exception of this woman yelling in the distance, the streets are getting a little bit less crowded. You see you see a few taverns getting lively, and that's kind of it. A lot of the houses are now dark. You can tell like a lot of these doors are bolted. People are kind of in for the night that aren't like kind of night owls. And these streets, you guys are like, some of you familiar, some of you not, especially Pup. You've never really been in a big city like this, and you guys are kind of just all standing there looking around. And just out of the corner of your eye, you see a figure kind of standing, looking at you guys from down, way down, just very small, kind of just standing in the middle of the street staring at you. And as he kind of takes a step forward, you notice he's very, very hesitant. And he kind of starts walking towards your group slowly. And we'll find out next week who it is. Thank you so much again. We really appreciate you guys hanging out. We're going to go raid. We'll see you next week.
Peace.